No tricks. Nobody knows when I'm going to be streaming.
I don't do powering.
Okay.
No.
Alright. Give me a sec. Your folks, the tricks is firsty. I must give him power rate to suit the savage beast. Oh, they're giving it resub, Frodo.
Now it won't bug you ever again for the whole stream.
I kinda doubt that. He's gonna be bugging me for the rest of the stream. It's probably gonna make fun of me as I try to, you know, do a romance novel and keep getting my ass kicked by some unarmed princess. Right? Yeah, he knows. We all know. Anyway, since this is going to be a freely spoilered Sway the Princess stream, I suggest if you want to keep yourself spine to it, do not watch. We're here to explore some of the content that I haven't explored, including the Pristine cut, which was released after I streamed it. In fact, I believe that some of it actually might have been directly inspired by Markiplier's playthrough, actually, based on some of the choices he made that originally didn't have like runs and such attached to them, which is a pretty fun fact. Yep. Yeah, it's a content warning. It's a horror game. Whatever horrors we find in these dark spaces have heart and see them through. There are no premature endings. There are no wrong decisions. There are only fresh perspectives and new beginnings. This is a love story. The one thing I will say is that I forgot how good the title screen music is. It's very simple, but it really captures the mood of the game quite well. I mean, it is a horror game, but it's more than a horror game. You know, obviously, like, it's definitely a horror game because it has many horror elements, but it also subverts a lot of the horror elements as well. So it's more like a subversive horror game, if that makes sense. I'm not saying it's just a horror game. Anyway, we're gonna press new game because I might just finish up a whole run of it, to be honest. Chapter 1, the hero and the princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
No way.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Get someone else do this.
Unfortunately, you're the only one who can pull this off. I don't make the rules. I wish I did, but I don't.
I feel like you might make the rules. Alright, fine. Let's go to the cabin.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
I don't know, I feel like he does. He is named the voice of the hero after all.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
I hear ya.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do
I
this
hear ya.
right.
I will not take it.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
is hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life. Don't let it fool you. It's
I thought you were supposed to be
hero,
the voice of the hero, not the
You're
smitten.
playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed. Good. You're still listening to reason. It would be better if you had a weapon, but you may still be able to do what needs to be done.
So,
Walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone? I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
right.
Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these chains?
Let's talk a little.
Okay.
What's your name?
Oh,
She pauses, carefully formulating her words before she responds.
you can address me as Your Royal Highness. Or you can just call me Princess if Your Royal Highness is too formal.
Is
Dodgy the
princess
question.
her name or her title? What if it's both? Could you imagine being named Princess Princess?
Yeah, no, I'm just going to grab the knife back.
Thank you. You turn back to the stairs, intent on retrieving the blade in the cabin.
So, what? You're going to try and kill me?
Yeah, that was a
You'll
quick
regret this.
change.
I promise you. But go ahead, run along and get whatever you're planning to get. But you'd better hope that I don't slip these chains before you make it back down here.
Slip these chains? She can't, right? She needed our help to get out of here. But do you hear the conviction in her voice? I don't think she's bluffing. She has to be bluffing, but hurry.
I don't think she's bluffing there, Raider.
You rush up to the first floor, grabbing the blade, both yours and the world's only possible salvation. Okay, if we're sure about this decision, I'll support it. I suppose we have a world to save after all. You slowly creep down the basement stairs. It's quiet.
Too quiet. And she's
Where the
gone.
princess
Shit.
sat only a moment ago, there's only a severed arm, its cooling flesh still chained to the wall. And she is nowhere to be seen. Is it just me? Or did this room get a lot bigger?
Yeah, it did get bigger. I think if we got off the wrong foot, do you think we can start over?
You coward!
No, I don't think we can. Why don't you come closer? I have something to show you.
Yeah, let's finish
Eyes
this.
dart to the corners of the room. You don't see her.
Yeah, it's definitely not chained.
Where is she?
Let's investigate the arm.
As you step towards
Uh-oh.
the severed limb, you hear the pattering of feet behind you, soft against the basement floor, then loud and desperate against the stairs. You turn to chase after the princess, but she's fast and has too much of a lead. She slams the door behind her before you can make it to the top of the stairs. The lock clicks into place. No!
Thanks for letting me out. I'd return the favor, but I think we both know that I can't trust you to let me stay free. You should understand. It just isn't worth the risk.
Damn.
With those parting words, the princess walks away, her quiet footsteps eventually fading as she leaves you and the cabin to rot. You're stuck here, alone. It can't just end like this, right? As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. I'm sorry, but it's over. You don't know how much time passes before the end, but eventually it comes. The world ends, and you end with it.
Chapter 2. The Witch. which is a path that I haven't
Path
been able to play at all last time that I played this. So let's begin.
And in the basement of that cabin
Is a princess.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Wait, hasn't this happened already?
It hasn't. Or if it has, I certainly haven't been a part of it. We've just met for the first time, you and I. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. Brilliant. We need to keep our cards close to our chest, and I'm not sure we can trust him. You know I can hear you. It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. Did I say I'm not sure we can trust him? Slip of the tongue, bit of the old brain fog. I meant to say that we should probably head over to the cabin and slay that princess. We already know we can't trust her, so let's get on with the show.
Well, yeah. Why should I listen to you? Why should I bother doing anything?
Those are two very different questions, but fine. I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving.
Sure.
Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me.
Okay.
If you're back here, I'm assuming you died, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me.
I mean, I didn't really die. I was just kind of trapped in the basement.
We were just weighing our options in a morally ambiguous situation. You can't blame us for weighing our options. I can if you failed to slay the princess, which you apparently did. So great. Congratulations. You've been given another chance to actually do this right. And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. The princess locked us in a basement, we eventually died, and now everyone's right back where they started. Sounds pretty consequence-free to me.
It does.
Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely?
That's a good question.
If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died? Do you think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would? That's a very good point. This princess character seems like a lot of trouble, and if you think about it, actually slaying her probably breaks us out of this cycle, right? We don't want to be stuck here forever, do we? You're laying it on a little thick, aren't you?
Just a little bit.
Laying it on a little thick? What are you talking about? I'm sharing my honest opinions.
That keeps changing. Okay.
Is that almost everyone seems to be on the same page. So whenever you're ready, you can stop.
I do not like this opportunist guy, by the way.
Save the world.
Alright, let's proceed to the cabin.
A warning before you go any further.
She will lie? She will cheat. Really?
She will do everything in her power. Don't worry, I think we've taken that lesson to heart at this point. You can trust us to get the job done.
Alright.
The interior of the cabin is a mess of twisted roots. The walls a chaotic weave of knotted wood that, almost as if by accident, just happened to resemble a room. The floor is damp and earthy, and the only furniture of note is a slab of mud in the shape of a shelf, with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
I'm gonna save here. Just in case there's anything interesting that happens and I want to get back to this. That's all. Let's take the blade.
You take the blade from the shelf. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Well, if we're grabbing a weapon, we should probably keep it hidden behind our backs. She doesn't have to know we have it. That's not actually a bad idea.
It isn't. This whole cabin is different than last time.
Very different. Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this means you'll finally stop that ridiculous past life nonsense. You haven't died, and you certainly haven't been killed by the princess.
Not this
So
time, at
focus
least.
up. A lot's riding on this.
Alright, alright.
door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase dug into the muddy earth below. The ceiling is thick with roots that hang like locks of tangled hair. The weak starlight from the cabin windows behind you can barely penetrate the gloom here, only illuminating the edges of an opening below. It shines in the darkness like some kind of massive maw, waiting to swallow you up into the earth. The air smells of dirt and copper. It's thick and wet, as if your lungs are being coated in mud with each intake of breath. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her voice skitters up from below.
Something nasty finds itself on my stairs. Come on down. Don't be scared. I probably won't bite.
Hey, I'm not
But
nasty.
you are. You're a wretched little thing. I recognize that voice as easily as I recognized your nervous little footsteps coming up the path. I know who you are, and I remember what you've done.
Yeah, fair enough.
See? She knows us. Is this enough for you to believe what we've been saying? Maybe, but you shouldn't let that cloud your judgment. She's just a princess. As long as you remember that and remain focused, slaying her will be easy. She seems friendly enough. Maybe we can talk our way out of this whole situation. You can't. Unless you slay her right away, she's going to break free and end the world. There's no reasoning with what she is. Look, I'm just throwing ideas out there. I like to think out loud. I'm the kind of guy who likes a discussion. Don't we want to hear what everyone has to say before making any big decisions?
This fucking guy.
Do you want to hear what everyone has to say? Or do you just want to hear yourself talk? You need to stop lingering. Your task is to slay the princess, not endlessly debate about what to do with the princess. Fine, fine. You're the boss. Thank you. You descend the basement steps.
She has a tail.
Dark room below. You can just make out the shape of the princess in the gloom. She's huddled against the far wall, her eyes bright and glaring from amid the thick roots.
And there you are, one hand tucked away behind your back, gripping that sharp, sharp blade, no doubt.
That's no fair. How would she know that?
So, we've dropped the pretenses. Good.
She's acting like she already knows you. I guess what you said back in the woods.
Yeah,
really
you
was
think
true.
so, narrator?
That's pretty sharp. How'd you figure that one out? Call it deductive reasoning. Well, you seem to be great at it. So, you really don't remember us, do you? No, I don't. But you and the princess clearly have a shared reality, even if I'm not a part of it. I won't waste time fighting you on something that's clearly true.
Fair enough.
You fought us on it back in the woods.
Well,
That was when the only perspectives we had were yours and mine.
yeah.
I'm just glad we could put all this behind us. Is it all behind us?
I don't think it's all behind us,
Just
opportunists.
focus on the task at hand. I don't care if you've been here before, and I don't care if you think you'll go somewhere else after this. My world is on the line right now, so I'd appreciate it if you would take this seriously and slay her. Let's chat her up a bit first. Maybe we can find a middle ground.
Oh my
where
god, this
everyone's happy.
fucking guy is a huge fence sitter.
Don't talk to her. You're just going to make things more difficult than they have to be.
Well, I seem to remember you having a tongue.
Listen, look, I made a mistake. We all make mistakes. I'm sure you made mistakes.
Ooh, smart. Let's apologize. Get us back on the right
What?
foot.
I've never made a mistake in my life.
Yeah, exactly. I never
The
made a
only
mistake.
I ever made was thinking you would help me. And I'm not going to make the same mistake twice.
Well, that leaves us at a stalemate.
But unfortunately, I need you if I'm ever going to leave this place.
Not once, no, never. Let's see. I get the sense that you're not happy with me.
Is that a joke? Do you think a joke will charm my trust back? You'll have to try harder than that.
Let's see. Yeah, hold on. Getting it out on your own, those chains didn't stop you last night, clearly.
Oh, of course. They're nothing to me.
princess grins as the chains fall from her wrist.
Okay. Well,
She could have gotten out of those the whole time. That sneaky little, a woman after my own heart, really. She knows how to hold her cards close to her chest.
I was expecting her to just casually do that.
This is why she can't just be abandoned here. If left to her own devices, she'll find a way out. Now stop her.
Yeah, you know what? Take my blade as a gesture of my goodwill, and you're definitely not gonna stab me in the back with it.
You can't be serious. Now, hold on. We should put this to a vote. The blade is one of our most valuable assets. We can't just give it to her. What if she uses it to kill us? I vote no. As do I. I abstain.
So it's 2 against 2.
Abstain. She's going to kill us if we give it to her.
This isn't a democracy. Yeah, exactly. He clearly hates us. Yeah, this is why I'm giving her to play it. It's the funny option.
You know that, right? But of course you do. You toss the blade at the princess's feet.
There you go.
She eyes it with suspicion before kneeling down to pick it up.
I wouldn't have done that. Why did you?
She creeps forward, taking one cautious step at a time until you and she are face to face.
What do you think happens now?
Yeah, such a cat smile. I want to actually save you in this. Yeah, I know. She had such a cat face on her. We're both scared or we're both hurting. If one of us doesn't make a change, we'll probably kill each other forever. Do you want that? I don't. You'd be better than this.
Her shoulders tense and her eyes dart away.
This is another trick. You're trying to sow doubt, but it's not going to work on me.
Then
Ow.
She buries the blade in your heart. What? No. No, come on, that's not right. I told you this is what she was going to do. Glee dances across her face as you fall to the ground.
Yeah, I guess that's what I get, huh?
I did it. I got you. You.
Oh, she's unsure.
Seems to tremble, her smile fading quickly, replaced with concern. Her nervous eyes brimmed with tears.
Now opportunities won't let you win this down? Nope.
Why? Why did you let me do this?
But you don't have the strength to respond, nor do you have the time.
Oh, I broke her, huh?
Everything goes dark, and you die.
I didn't think it... Yeah, this is a route that I heard about. I didn't think that I would actually get to it, huh? The foreign.
You're on a path in the woods. I can't believe she actually stopped us.
The hero's not letting this with it down.
I told you not to give her the blade.
They're
I
still
told you
arguing.
you were bite us. I voted against it.
They're still arguing. It's great.
Yeah, we know. You already got your I told you so's in while we were bleeding out. I just wanted to make sure that everyone here knows that I was and am on the right side of that argument. Oh, you're far from being on the right side of anything.
It's back.
You're fixated on the past, whereas what you should be is fixated on the future. Oh, a visionary. I like it. Tell me more.
Oh god, of course they would get along.
Gladly, my dear fellow. By cruelly turning on the princess in her moment of vulnerability, we made ourselves an enemy. But by mastering our fear and insecurity and handing over our power, we've begun a journey to something so much deeper. I like journeys. Traveling is a passion of mine. It makes me so relatable. Now, where are we off to? Well, if we're lucky, it's a journey to love. She hates us. does she? She hesitated before stabbing us to death. Maybe she won't be as keen to betray us.
I love how the narrator doesn't even have a chance to talk. I know.
Maybe she'll realize that things don't have to end in violence. You know, maybe you're right. In which case, I suppose the only thing to do is to get back to the cabin and give it another try. Give what another try exactly? You are aware I've been listening to you, right? It makes no difference if we conspire in the shadows or bear our intentions with open hearts. We are breaking your cruel cycle and whisking her away to freedom. Oh, are you now? Great, so you've obviously been here before, since you apparently died at least once. Twice, actually.
Yep.
Sure. Twice. Then I'll spare you the little introduction I had planned. You already know about the princess, and clearly you already know that she's dangerous. So don't muck this up. It's bad enough that this isn't your first time through.
This way the zimmer, it keeps changing.
Wonderful. If the woods themselves are changing, then that's all the more reason for you to take this seriously. It would
With
mean
these
your
fuck
grip on
ones,
things
yeah.
is slipping, which, in turn, likely means her influence is spreading.
We literally have the opportunity to sue is clearly a fence sitter. And the Spittin, who is just, you know, the Spittin.
Someone's in the know. I've already said too much. The more information you have, the more difficult your task will be. Don't listen to her, definitely don't free her, and if you can, don't even think about her. You don't have to worry about me. My head's always empty. Except for thoughts of her.
I want this dynamic. It's great. But we can see that she has to save herself and get to the cabin.
Yes. Good. Playing both sides. That's what smart people do, and you're the smartest in the room.
That's why I'm in
I'm
charge.
not sure it counts as playing both sides if people can hear you doing it. Buddy, you're thinking in far too few dimensions. There's layers to doing this right, and I'm pretty sure the one making the choices gets that. Trust in the plan. Trust in what plan? The Decider's plan. Sure, we don't know what the plan is yet, but that's part of the whole trusting thing, isn't it? A good leader knows how and when to keep things secret, and sometimes a good leader even knows to keep things secret from himself. There isn't a plan, and that's the whole point. We're supposed to be guided by emotion. We're supposed to passionately live in the moment, and I'm sure that when the time comes, those passions will tell us to set our darling princess free. If I were you, I'd remember what she's done. You know how dangerous she is. And you should know that someone like her shouldn't be let loose upon the world.
Opportunist has faith in him and he is the one in this opinion? Yeah. That's pretty accurate. Yeah, let's go to the cabin.
It isn't long before you find yourself at the base of the cabin. I think it's clear where everyone stands at this point.
Yep.
I don't know if I'd say everyone. You talking about me? I have a position. It's a good one, too. Ignore him, he's just talking for talking's sake. My position is the only one that matters.
Yeah,
The
okay,
princess is
narrator.
a threat to you. She's a threat to me, and most importantly, she's a threat to the world. You know what you have to do.
Yeah, okay, narrator.
The
Okay.
interior of the cabin is hardly
Ooh.
the interior at all anymore. The burned out ruins merely suggest the shape of the structure that once stood here, charred wood still reeking of ash. But beneath it lies the fresh smell of spring growth after rain, the promise of new life in the wreckage of the old. The only furniture of note is the crisp shell of what was once a table, a pristine... Wait, this isn't right. There's supposed to be a pristine...
Oh no.
Why
See,
is
yeah,
there a
the
pristine blade? We gave it to her last time. She can't still have it, can she?
Uh-oh.
Well, it's not here. And if she has it, let me guess, you want to get all chummy with her. Look, as far as I see it,
Of
if it's between
course.
him and her, I say we side with the one who has the weapon. It's just the smart thing to do. I wouldn't be so hasty. I'm sure the blade will turn up somewhere. She can't have it. That's not how this is supposed to work. If she does have it, that's all the more reason to put our faith in her. We've already shown her our heart. Now she has to show us hers. Unless her heart tells her to stab us, which doesn't seem unlikely. So, yes, I agree. Let's make sure we get on her good side.
Yeah, what about this mirror? I mean, we know the deal about the mirror, but...
Scorched entryway leading to the basement, hesitating before you begin the descent. You know what you have to do. Wipe away the grit from the mirror and behold our handsome features.
Sure.
You reach forward and wave your hand through the hollow entrance leading to the basement. What are you doing? Alas, our fine features remain unseen. We'll just have to trust that she'll find us beautiful as we are. Well, seems like the only way to go is forward, isn't it?
Yeah, I'll just step over to
Yes,
Thorns
that's where
there.
it tends to be. Let's just put on a good face and have our wits about us. You step through the frame of scorched wood and make your way into the darkness below. The stairs to the basement are covered in a fine layer of gritty ash. The air still feels warm, as if the fires that ruined this place had only recently been extinguished. Yet fresh shoots of thorny branches are already weaving themselves through the soot-covered earth of the walls around you. Their spines point courteously down towards the basement, so you're able to brush past their choppy points with ease. At least on the way down. But you don't need to think about the way back up just yet. That's a matter for after the world's been saved.
Fair enough.
These thorns are an expression of her pain. I know it. She's calling out for help. Her voice, worn down by pain and suspicion, hobbles up the stairs.
I can't get away from you, can I? I lock you away and you come back. You let me kill you and you come back. I don't know why you let me do that. I don't know what you want from me.
I don't know what I want. I never really chose to come here.
I think you know how this goes. I'm down here and I can't leave. So come down and talk. It's not like I can stop you.
Fair enough.
You continue down the basement stairs, brushing past the smooth edges of thorns that grow more and more plentiful as you make your way forward. You step out into what was once a vast open cavern, now overrun by briars and prickles and thistles. The space thick with hostile vegetation. At the heart of it all, encased in a tight weave of vines, is the princess, her bloody, trembling hands clutching a pristine blade.
Did you know this was going to happen to me? Are you here to watch me suffer? Are you here to laugh?
Ooh, we have some interesting choices here. So I'm going to save, actually. Let's start with abandoning her, first, I guess, huh? And then we can rewind and go back and obviously free her, because that is definitely, you know, the right answer. So I'm gonna do the wrong answer first. Psycho violence. If you still want to want to be my guess.
Do you really think you could just wash your hands of all of this? Do you really think you could just leave me here?
This is even better than stabbing her. The same reward without any of that nasty effort.
Not really, because she's not dead, so.
Not even better.
Yeah, exactly.
The choice is always worse than making a committed decision, especially when you already know the right answer. It's even more cruel if you ask me. Leaving an incredible soul like hers to languish forever in pain and alone. How can we bear to live with the guilt? We'll live with it just fine. Besides, she'll get over it.
I don't think she has gotten over it since we began this path, opportunists.
That's what I'm afraid of. But as you approach the basement stairs, you make a grim realization. The thorns won't let you leave. We don't have any way to cut through them. Okay, new plan. We re-befriend the princess, get the blade, and all of us leave here together as friends.
The eternal fence sitter.
You can't leave without me, can you? Isn't that funny? Isn't that so funny? funny. This is perfect, actually. Just you and me rotting down here forever. Together.
Yeah, exactly. Here, she's in so much pain.
Deserve after everything we've done. It's romantic, even. We got our beautiful ending after all, tragic as it may be.
You know, just to make sure things are a little more permanent, I think I'm going to take this particular needle out of the picture.
She wouldn't. Thorns slice into the princess's hands, lacerating what little skin remains as she raises the blade to her mouth.
She's gonna swallow it.
Take it now before she swallows it out of spite. You stand
Let's
in
let
place
her.
among the thorns, inert, merely watching as the princess swallows your only way out of this place. She actually did it. Good for her. Such a decisive woman, but extremely not good for us. Blood trickles down the corner of her mouth, then flows from between her lips. She smiles.
Good for her.
There. Isn't this just perfect?
I love that. Good for her.
She's gone. And there's
Anyway, let's rewind back to, oh, no, I don't want to overwrite the save, sorry. I'm gonna rewind back to here. Like I said, I just wanted to see what would happen. I didn't want to commit to it because obviously, you know, I want the feel-good ending of, cutting her free. Just because, like, it just seems to be the most interesting option anyway, you know? I can... Oh! Nice, I could cut you free, but you'll have to give me the blade. Yeah, kind of like a reversal of what we did earlier. I like that.
And I'm supposed to believe it's safe in your hands? That you aren't just saying what you need to say in order to fool me and save yourself?
Nope, nope. The only one who dreams for freedom, my mistress as you are. I think we need to lead together.
The princess clutches the blade closer to her chest.
That sounds nice. I'm so tired of the bad blood between us. But it's hard to let it go. You've hurt me.
Her eyes dart away from yours for a brief moment.
And I've also hurt you.
Anything I can say to change your mind?
I don't know. What can either of us really say at this point? How can we trust something as hollow as words?
She's right, there's nothing left to say. So let's get a move on and do something before she comes up with a scheme to get out of here on her own. We don't need words to send a message. It is through action that we can show her our adoration, our devotion, our kindness.
I'll ask her if I could take the blade first.
Her eyes briefly meet yours, then dart back to the floor. She hangs her head in resignation.
Okay.
You reach towards her bloodied hands, laying your palm on her trembling fingers. For a moment, she clutches it even tighter, her knuckles going white with the effort. But then the tension fades. Her grip finally loosens and she allows you to take the weapon. You carefully pull it free from the thorns, though they scrape at your skin, leaving red trickles of fresh blood all along your arms. She trusts us. She trusts us. Doesn't that set your heart aflutter? Yeah, a little. It could just be nerves. Being this close to it does bring back unpleasant memories, but I don't know, it doesn't feel bad. It feels good. Like we're special to her. We are special to have gained an ounce of trust from a maiden so guarded. Now all that remains is to free her from her bindings. Yeah, let's do it. Let's show her how much both of us have changed. Or, hear me out.
I was about to say, like, we could
Slay
probably dissuade
right
her.
here, right now. She's never been so helpless, and if we don't take advantage of that, we may never get another chance. That sounds like a splendid idea. You should listen to him. I see that the lines have been drawn. It's 2 against 1. It's 2 against 2.
You don't count, narrator.
You don't count.
Exactly.
And why shouldn't he count? Because he's clearly not one of us. Doesn't matter. He's been with us the whole time. He should get a say.
You know what? Honestly, the opportunist actually does have a point there. Like, you know, he might not be us, but he's also been with us the entire time.
So, did you mean it? Or was I a fool to hand my life to you?
Hold on. Let's do it.
Oh, you scoundrel. Why? We finally gained her trust. That took a lot of work. Sorry, boys. Looks like we've got our tiebreaker. Blade
I'm sorry, this is too funny.
You turn it on the princess and drive it towards her heart. But her thistled prison proves to be an impossible obstacle.
Okay,
Its
fair
thorns
enough.
Digging deeper and deeper into your flesh, the closer you come to striking the fatal blow. Ha! We're not going to make it. This is what we deserve. Better we trap ourselves.
She's
in
actually
this
being nice guy,
terrible
though.
than have her blood on our hands. We still managed to get our romantic end, in a way. The tip of your blade only
Trust
manages to touch her
issues.
sternum before it stops moving entirely. A single drop of blood trickles down her chest as the two of you stare into each other's eyes.
She got her cat's a mile back.
Come on, just push a little further. But you can't.
I knew this was coming. I can't believe I ever let myself hope for better. This was always going to be us, wasn't it?
Why are you like? Why am I like this? I told you, it's because it's kind of funny. Like I'm just really amused by the dynamic between all of these voices. That's really what it comes down to. Anyway, let's cut her free.
What a good idea. Let's cut
I'm
her.
sorry.
Oh, so you're suddenly team free her. You can't
See?
switch
It's
sides
too
as soon as
funny.
we make a decision.
Like this is hilarious.
I can do whatever I want, and I believe with my whole heart that this is the right course of action. Let's free this princess.
The opportunist is such a
Everyone deserves a
Fence
chance of
sitter.
redemption. Let him join us and be merry.
Just-
We are all united by our passion. That's right. What he said. We've already given him a chance at redemption. And who says I don't deserve another? I really mean it this time. I'm big enough to admit when I'm wrong. So I want to help you all free her. And I have no problem with that. Welcome to the team. You're one of us now. One of the good guys. You take the blade to the thorny vines imprisoning the princess, and she flinches, relaxing only slightly as the blade slices into the thick vegetation rather than her arm. And she flinches again as the last of the vines is cut away, as if, after all of that, she's still expecting you to turn on her and stab her in the heart.
what? I would never do that.
You're not going to do that, are you? Still, all it would take is a single slip of the blade. Such a pathetic attempt at distraction and subterfuge.
I would
Our
never
blade is a
stab her in the
dashing
chest.
sword, and every dashing sword is an extension of its hero. It won't slip. You're right. He can't even make it slip, can he? He's a bit of a nobody. Good thing I've been on your side of all this since the beginning. The princess falls into your arms, tears streaking down her cheeks. I can't believe you're making me describe this. I hate you.
You actually meant it. You rescued me.
Do you see the way she's looking at us? Kiss her. Kiss her now before the moment ends. Can we actually do that?
Let's do it.
No, you can't. Absolutely not. You know as well as I do that we can. And we wouldn't want to throw away a chance for a special moment, now would we? If I were only capable of throwing myself off a bridge. Well, are you going to describe our
Oh
steamy,
God, don't describe it like
romantic
that.
kiss? You lean in and you kiss her. And she reciprocates enthusiastically. You kiss. It's done. Are you happy now? Come on now, this is the big moment. You can do better than that.
You're not meant to agree, I know. I love this.
You and the princess lock eyes and stare deep into each other's souls with all the roaring emotion that comes from measure what once was hatred turned into pure, unbridled passion. Are you making fun of us? And then each of you close your eyes and kiss. Words can describe neither the nuclear fire nor the oceanic depth of your connection. Please. I think he actually likes romance. If history itself were not about to end, historians would document this moment for the rest of time. Musicians would write era-defining ballads, and great artists would expend entire lifetimes trying to merely capture
Worth it.
the spark you hold right
Worth
now.
it.
He's making fun of us.
Team like, I didn't sign up for this. I think this is the writer saying, I definitely signed up for this.
It doesn't matter either way, because this is good stuff. I'm aware of my skills. But unfortunately for you, the moment doesn't last forever.
True love's
You open your
kiss.
eyes, the princess smiles gently up at you. Time for you to damn the whole world to oblivion, I suppose.
Hell yeah.
That was nice.
Her hand slips into yours, and the two of you rush to the basement stairs. Shameful, really, that the same thorns that so graciously allowed you downstairs are now blocking your only way out. Please, after all the trials we've been through, do you really think a few measly thorns can stop us? Love is an even more powerful weapon than our blade. We cut through those other vines just fine. They're only thorns. I'm not afraid of getting a few scrapes.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
not sure we need to do any cutting. We can just move them out of the way. What a pathetic showing, really.
A few pointy sticks can't keep us down here. We're both meant for so much more than this.
Let's step into them.
As you step into the thorns covering the basement stairs, they yield.
Nice try,
Both you and
narrator.
the princess ascend the stairs without obstacle. This is unacceptable. The second you step out of this cabin with her, the world ends. Do you hear me? What did the world ever do to you to deserve this? Your nightmare is our dream. Whatever world would condemn star-crossed lovers like us to a cycle of violence and despair isn't a world worth saving. We'll
Not
weave
wrong,
something
honestly.
new together. Something better.
Like, neither of us really deserve this, do we?
You and the princess hesitate at the cabin door. This is your last chance. We've already made our decision.
We're finally leaving here together, aren't we? And all we had to do was trust each other. It wasn't easy, but I'm glad we finally could.
Yeah, see, it's not even giving me the option of stabbing her anymore.
Hands clasped, the two of you open the door and step out into a new day. You irredeemable murderers.
What do we do now?
Unfortunately, yeah, the
Where's everything going?
the shapeless
Wow,
mass
so
is
cool.
going to grab her anyway. And this time we'll continue.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
I'm supposed to look at the mirror.
Something dreadful about it. I don't think you should. Yes. I fear that we won't like what we'll see. What if we just sit here and preen for a while? That can't hurt, right? If they think it's bad, I'm with them.
I'm gonna
I beg
approach the
you,
mirror.
Don't do this.
We'll be fine. The mirror never scared it before.
It's different now. It feels, I don't know, final.
Silences reach forward, they're gone, but the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. It's you. Alright, let's go to the cabin and say hello to the princess again.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
We know all this. What happens now?
Nothing as we are, but I know that there are worlds beyond us and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
Let's see. Okay. Yeah, let's just go.
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
Well, okay. I guess that's kind of blunt, huh? We're back to chapter 1.
On a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
There's a princess? No way. No way. I didn't know there was a princess here.
You're here.
Yeah.
You make your way up the short path. A warning, she will we're not going to ignore him.
Yep. You know, after we did all that, let's just go and just plunge it directly into her heart, shall we?
The door to the basement her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. Good. You're still listening to reason. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world? Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
What? No. Never.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
This time I'm going to make sure to not hesitate whatsoever, because otherwise it will bring me back to one of the other paths.
No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me? I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this. You lunge forward without a moment's hesitation. You feel flesh easily give way and look down to see your blade already sinking deep into her heart.
Oh, this is it, isn't it?
Yep.
I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming. But I have to wonder, do you actually believe this was enough to kill me?
It's like she's convinced she can't die. Yes, even as she lays there dying, she entirely believes herself to be alive and well.
I mean, she'll be back.
It's over, isn't it? She stopped breathing moments ago. That arrogant look still plastered on her face. But is it over? Really over?
Of course it is, she said.
Yes, exactly. It's over. With your work done, you make your way back up the stairs, closing the door to the basement behind you. Why do I feel like we've done something terrible? You did kill someone. Greater good or not, something would be very wrong with you if you didn't feel at least a little bad. But it was for the greater good. One of these days that will sink in and help ease your guilty conscience.
We should blindly trust him? Yeah, I trust him with my life. I'm sure he would never lead me astray. Welcome on in, Sweet Lavender Pie. Yeah, you know, nothing's gonna go wrong if he listens to the narrator. I mean, to be fair, I did just murder the princess just now in cold blood.
But that day isn't today. Let's just get out of here.
I will say though, like, it is nice. No, this is not my first playthrough. This is my second playthrough. When I originally streamed this game, this was before the Pristine Blade came out, and I just decided to go through it and do some runs that I haven't done yet, including 2 of the new ones. So I'm on the path to the Spectre, which I actually haven't done before in the full version. I did it in the demo back when I originally played it during seeing Next Fest. Yeah. So I know the gist is what happens, but I haven't seen these paths in any capacity. I know, like, kind of how to get to them, but I haven't, like, actually played it through.
You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom. Only a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find.
Like, when I played the original demo, I did the Spectre, and I believe I did all the different paths, but I didn't do it for the full
The
version.
only thing in front of you now is the vast emptiness of some place far away. What happened? Everyone is fine. It's just that you and the cabin are now far away from them. Don't worry.
Oh, is this?
You'll be
Oh,
safe.
it's this again.
This
I
is
remember
good.
this for the demo.
Everyone is happy. You'll be happy.
Yeah, that's
What's
bullshit.
done is done. And there's no going back now. This is what's best for everyone. Trust me. Time passes.
That's
Can't be
bullshit.
sure if it's days or months or years or even decades. It's all a wonderful, boring blur. You've never been happier. Psst. Hey, we're not just gonna stay here forever, right?
No. Hell no.
I do, but you're probably not
Allegations.
going to like it. The blade. We can use the blade to get out of this. I can hear everything you say, little voice. There's only one thing it would want you to use that blade on,
Augmented.
and I'm afraid that thing is you, dear hero. He's right. It's the only way out.
We're doing it.
You hear that? It wants to take this happiness away from you. It wants this wonderful place to end.
Yeah,
Do
no,
you not?
fuck that.
There's more for us to do, and the only way for us to do it is to take that blade and use it. Don't you dare.
I need to get out of the cell.
Thank you.
Yeah. I was trying to figure out what the right option
I
is.
made this happy little place for you. Is this not a good enough reward for saving the world? An eternity of bliss? You...
I don't want to be stuck in the cabin forever.
Fine. Whatever. For the first time since time stopped...
I did not do 100%
you throw
playthrough.
open the door to the basement and walk down the stairs.
I did a full playthrough. I managed to get to the ending where I killed the final princess, but there's a lot of different paths and stuff that I did not go through. So that's what we're here for today.
The princess's body is dust and bones, though the blade you used to slay her is still as pristine as the day you first held it. You pick up the blade, you stab yourself, and you die. The end. Nice knowing you.
Damn, that's very blunt. Chapter 2, The Spectre.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin.
And in the basement of the cabin is a princess.
You're here to slay her.
If you don't, it will be the end of the world. Alright. You're in it for now. Why I see your tricks?
My tricks?
Yeah, fuck you.
What on earth are you talking about? We've just met for the first time. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. That's fine. It wasn't very hard to kill her last time. We'll just do it again.
Hell yeah, voice of cold, let's go.
Insist that this has happened before. At least your heart's in the right place.
Alright. Let's proceed.
A warning before you go any further. She will
Why she will cheat, yada yada.
be a problem.
Exactly.
The interior of the cabin is cold, a soft odor of dirt permeating the air. Cobwebs flutter in the corners. You can hear wind whistling outside, banging the shutters against the windows. The only furniture of note is an elegant antique table with a pristine blade perched on the edge. The blade is your implement.
Yep.
You'll need it if you want to do this right. It feels like no one's been here for a long, long time. Like I've been saying, she's dead. We killed her already.
I don't think she's gone for good, Cold. Like last time, I'm gonna say before, and I'm gonna take the blade, just to have it,
You take
but
the blade from the table. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
and let's enter the basement.
The door to the basement groans open, revealing an old banister and a creaky wooden stairwell. Everything is coated in a thick layer of dust, and you can feel it settle into your lungs as you breathe in the stale air. The very building itself feels dead.
If the princess was here, Slayer would probably be doing her favor.
The room below is silent. Nobody's here. Naturally. As much as I appreciate the optimism, you shouldn't be so sure. I guess we'll just have to go down and see.
Alright.
As you
Oh,
descend
she
the
is
final
dead.
step, the form of the princess comes into view. A skeletal body, lying in a heap on the floor, its wrist still bound to the wall by a thick chain. Okay, she's definitely dead.
Seems that way.
Just like I told you. Before you have a chance to finish your thought, the top of a head appears from underneath the floor.
Yep.
Two deep-set eyes stare up at you, followed by a mischievous skeletal grin. And finally, the rest of the body floats up to join the head. Wait, this isn't right. What's going on here?
Well, I think it's gonna be much harder to slay the princess here.
Ghost? Oh. Wow. How absolutely terrifying.
Still chained up? Yep.
What's a ghost supposed to do to us?
Oh, it's you. Hiya, Keller. I was hoping to see you again. I have some issues with how our last meeting went.
I don't.
The princess drifts across the room into your orbit, gently running her fingers across your shoulders and down your neck as she circles you. Her touch is cold and ethereal, formless yet real enough that her icy fingertips send shivers dancing across your skin. So she has a body, and she's right there. That means we could kill her again, if we wanted to.
I don't think that'll work, Cold. Let's wait and see how things play out.
I see you brought that annoying knife again. So, are you waiting for a chance to use it? Or are you here for something else?
Or you, why could it? What are you doing not being dead? I need that trick me and the enemy. My enemy is my friend. Let's team up. Me. wouldn't have time to talk to you, and I wouldn't have seen you. He's supposed to be dead. Should you the cabin? I want to say it teleported. You're saying what do you want? Okay, let's see. There's a lot of options to wait in here. Yeah, do you want me to die? Do you want me to kill myself to satisfy some sort of sick revenge fantasy? Because I already did that and it would be hard to do it again.
Are we putting this to a vote? Because personally, I'd prefer if we didn't die again. If that's what it comes down to, that's what it comes down to. But I don't see the point of offing ourselves just yet.
Oh, that's sweet of you to offer. But killing yourself wouldn't help either of us.
Fair enough.
It would seem that everyone here is in agreement except for you. I shouldn't have to tell you that you shouldn't kill yourself. So please, try to keep your
No,
suicidal
no,
tendencies-
that's not what I'm asking. I'm asking what she wants.
I just want to go home.
Just where is home, I wonder?
I don't know where home is. I just know it isn't here. But I can feel it calling to me from someplace far away.
So she doesn't want revenge. That's what I was trying to get at.
Wherever I'm supposed to be, it's out there.
How specific. And how convenient for her. You see what she's doing, right? She's suggesting that the only way you can rid yourself of her would be to let her out, which, in case you haven't been listening, will spell the end of the entire world.
Let's see. Let's be honest and say that we tell her what our mission statement was.
And what? You just believed that? You killed me without giving it any thought? That's cold.
She still has a stab wound? Oh yeah, for sure.
That's rich coming from her. Every time she touches us, it's like we freeze over. She's right, though, but that's neither here nor there. What's done is done. What we do from this point forward is all that matters. Let's try not to let emotion get the better of it.
Let's see. I'm just a big, dumb, stupid idiot. Stupid. What was the thing? It just blew me what I was told.
Cut it out. You don't need to be so pathetic.
Sure. Did that make you feel better?
No. That was funny. Shit, everyone sounds the way to me. I should gravel even more. She's... That's great.
No, you're not doing that. That's right, don't you dare. Mine is the only opinion that matters, and I'll never be disappointed in you. As long as you do as I say.
Yeah, exactly. Well, where are you going to end the world?
I don't know. I just wanted to leave. I still just want to leave.
It's really interesting that she has, like, no real grudge against us for killing her, for the most part, anyway. She seems to be in good spirits. Yeah, you didn't answer my question.
The only thing I've ever wanted was to leave this place. It's still the only thing I want.
Right. Still not answering.
We're not asking you. We've heard your whole speech already.
I really don't know. I'm not lying to you. I promise.
Mm-hmm.
The world doesn't matter. All I remember is that I'm supposed to be there, not here. I'm just supposed to be a part of it. It's home, I think. But what does it mean for anything to end? I ended, but I also didn't.
Mm-hmm.
And you ended too. But here you are. And you don't even look any different. I'm not so sure endings are real.
What happens if I do help you get out of here?
I don't know. Maybe I'll just fade away. Finally able to rest once I'm free from my unfinished business. Maybe I'll find someone to haunt. Maybe I'll haunt you. It's a tough question, asking someone what she's going to do with her life.
The princess leans in close and pauses, the frigid air between you stale and unmoving.
Especially when that someone is dead.
She pulls back with a playful giggle.
I don't think most living people could answer that either. Does anyone actually know who they are or what they want?
Let's see. You know why I came back?
How should I know? Why does anyone come back? Maybe I have unfinished business with you. Or maybe you have unfinished business with me.
I think it's the latter, mostly.
All I know is there's a hole in my chest. And not the big obvious one that you see. There's something older and deeper. A nagging reminder that I'm not where I'm supposed to be.
Right. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, well, let's just cut to the chase. What do you want from me?
A way back to where I belong. This place won't let me leave. At least not alone. I've tried. Before you came back to me, I explored every inch of this place, even the spaces between the walls. But I never found a way out. I always wound up right back here.
Maybe we should just leave. If she can't get out on her own, then why do we have to do anything? We could probably walk out right now and everything will be fine.
No, it's not going to be fine if we do that.
Out and can't get out are two very different things. That'd be dull anyway. It's more interesting if we make a choice.
I agree with the cold there.
You can come and go as you please, can't you? So, let me hitch a ride. After all, you own me.
Absolutely not. Is she asking if she can possess us? She is. And I hope I don't need to explain why you can't let that happen. It would be catastrophic if she managed to escape this place. And if you let her in, there is very little anyone could do to stop her. Would she be able to see us if we went along with it?
That's a good question.
That an interesting thought. We could finally bring her face to face with him. I wonder what she would have to say to the one who wants her dead so badly. You won't like how things play out if you go down this path.
Oh, I am liking this. First off, we're gonna save again. I like this idea. Voice of the princess. Maybe. Sounds great. Let's do it.
The princess swims through the air in front of you, pausing for a brief moment as her dark-rimmed eyes stare deeply into yours. There's a hunger in her gaze.
You're really trying to make it up to me, aren't you? Thanks for being a pal, killer. I mean it.
What are you doing? Don't just let her in. How many times do I have to tell you?
Listen, she's a ghost. I don't think there's any slaying of her in this form anyway.
She rushes forward and then she's gone. A sharp chill spreads across your body. It starts in your chest, a freezing numbness flowing out from your heart, all the way down your limbs, your mind growing cloudy and confused as it settles over your very soul. I'm not sure I like this. Can we get a do-over?
Yeah, we'll be fine, hero. Oh, that sounds lovely.
I'm afraid it's too late to stop now. The numbness gives way to a stabbing pain, your muscles twitching and convulsing violently, each involuntary movement causing more waves of agony to ripple across your body. You collapse to the floor, and everything goes dark.
Come on, you. You've got to get up. I know everything feels heavy right now, but we still have to get out of here.
Your eyes flick back open as you get your bearings, your vision swimming as...
So this is what it's like to be you, huh? Disembodied voice narrating your every move?
Oh, she knows.
So, it doesn't work like that for you? Clearly it doesn't, or she wouldn't have commented on it.
All these shards of broken glass on the floor. Are they also supposed to be you?
Hey, I'm not a shard of broken glass,
It's okay. You can finish your thought.
I'm a voice? I'm me is what I am. Who cares what we are? We exist. That's all that matters.
You don't have to fight. We'll all be out of here soon.
No, it matters. What we are matters. If I'm a shard of broken glass, then that raises some questions about certain other voices in here too. I'm clearly the same thing you are.
I don't think he was talking about you, Gold.
They're not listening to me. Do they not listen to you either?
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about him.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't need to know what I am. You just need to know that I'm different from you. More important.
Okay.
So, you're the one who pulled the strings and made me dead. I can tell you don't belong here. You're barely even there. Like the shape of something left behind. You're more of a memory than a person.
Interesting.
That's rude.
You're kind of like me, actually.
Also interesting to point
I'm
out.
going to ignore her. You push yourself off the ground. The princess is nowhere to be seen. Obviously, she's nowhere to be seen.
The voices of heroes apply his questions. Yeah, it is interesting.
Because I'm in here with all of you. Everybody knows that.
I'm setting the stage. The room is empty.
I love
because you
this.
made a spiteful, idiotic, and all-round foolish decision.
You don't have to let him get to you. You're better than that. You're starting to make things right.
This is infuriating. Just whatever you do, you can't leave this place. It's not too late to fix this. Probably.
Oh. Oh. So am I... Huh. So... I think this is implying that because he's possessing us, we stab ourselves, right? That's why I'm saving it real quick.
Isn't that an interesting idea?
Yeah.
I hadn't even considered it as an option. Slaying her would slay you. Are you sure you're willing to do that? Of course we're sure. The decision has already been made. All right then. Better this than ferrying her out of here.
What an interesting idea.
All that, you're really just going to stab me again?
Hear that? She's scared. No point wasting more time. Do it. You lift the blade, then plunge it deep into your guts. Pain spreads quickly through
Interesting.
your torso as you attempt to turn its edge up towards your heart. The princess, her spirit bound to your prison of flesh as she had once been bound to the basement's prison of stone, cries out in agony as you slice through organ and muscle.
I don't want to die in you. I thought you finally understood me, but instead you just wanted to hurt me again.
Your skin roils and bucks as she violently pushes against it from the inside. Bits of her seep through, white and glowing with ethereal light, but still the walls of your prison hold.
If only I could drag you with me and make you understand. But that's not the way things get to go for me, is it?
It would certainly be interesting. Though being dead does sound dull. And you are about to be dead. Again.
Get away from me, you cold little freak.
You feel a dull tear, like strips of meat being delicately peeled from bone, but it doesn't matter how delicate the hands if you are the meat. You have been stripped away from yourself, or stripped away from something that used to be you, or stripped away from something that used to be important. At the very least, you have been stripped away from something. It always hurts to forget at first, but then you forget the pain.
We were so close to leaving, and now look at you. Look at me. Is this what you
The words come from both inside and outside of your head. Before you on the ground is a writhing mass of flesh and scales and feathers. Huh. Can anyone hear me?
So, you left with me? And it sounds like it's just the two of us now.
Huh.
That means things are going to be better, even if we're still stuck. Maybe everything that was bad between us just came from them.
Maybe.
Because I really wouldn't like to be stabbed a third time.
Gurgling liquid bubbles up from open pockets in the disintegrating mass in front of you. It is trying to speak, but it no longer has the tissue to speak it requires.
If we need to leave together to get out, this can still count. We have to try before your body stops being alive.
Wait, so am I inside the princess right now? Sorry, I stabbed us.
I'm sure you have your reasons, but I think we have to leave now. Come on, let's...
You are seated in a room that is empty. A chain digs into your wrist, biting one arm to the wall. It is quiet and you are alone. This is what you deserve. 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 This is what you deserve.
Are you still there? Am I alone again?
I'm still here.
Then at least I won't be lonely.
We're the princess
It's nice
now.
to hear your voice. I mean, think your voice?
Yeah, we've become a voice for the princess. You're not mad at me, are
I
you?
don't know why you did what you did, but it's hard to be mad when you're just as stuck as I am.
Yeah, this is one of the new paths in the Pristine cut, by the way. Are we still a ghost? I know that much. Your gaze turns to your hands, solid, then translucent, then solid again.
Maybe? It's like sometimes we are and sometimes we aren't. Like we're something in between ghost and not ghost.
You're different. Your whole mood is
I'm
different.
just trying to make the best of things. You could always make the best of things too, if you want. We both have a chance to start over. Besides, there's something about you being in here with me that feels right. I never wanted to be your enemy.
Alright. Let it go just like she has, yeah. We're both here, then what happened to the others?
I don't know. I hope they're okay. Some of them, at least. I didn't like the one that kept bossing you around. And that quiet one kinda gave me the creeps.
Fair enough.
I liked that last one though. He was nice. I hope he's okay.
Let's see. Are we supposed to get out of here?
I wish I knew, but I think we're probably stuck here until something happens.
Right. We're supposed to do this, wait for something to happen?
Well, that's what I've always done.
Has to be something for us to do other than wait.
I already told you I don't have any ideas. I did tell you that, right? Sorry if I didn't.
She's being very sincere. Now that I think about it, both times I've been here, nothing happened until after I saw a title card. But you haven't seen a title card yet.
You've gotten title cards? What did they say?
No, this is stupid. You're going to laugh at me.
I won't, I promise. I want to know what it's like to be you.
The first one I got said Chapter 1, The Hero and the Princess, and then after we both died, I got Chapter 2, The Spectre.
Well, the first one is sweet.
Hey!
But it would have been very sweet if things didn't turn out so violent. But that doesn't mean that things can't get better from here.
Fair enough.
I think we need a new title card, though. How about Chapter 3, The Princess and the Dragon?
I thought that was maybe some sort of... Wait, am I a dragon? Wait, am I a dragon? Hell yeah.
Does being called a dragon make you happy? You're kind of scary looking, like really scary looking.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh, that's me. That's me. So if I'm not in control, Who is? The click of a latch and creaking hinges muffled. Something is here.
Guess you made it back here.
The gaze turns back to your hands. They flicker once again.
We're still all wrong. It's like you don't really know what we're supposed to be.
So she changes based on my perspective of her. A thump on the floorboards above, and then another. The scraping of metal against the surface. The flickering in your body stops. You were solid.
I know that sound. That's the knife. I guess it's hard to do anything without it.
Oh wait, so the reason why her voice changes whenever you grab the knife or not is because she literally hears it? That's funny. Creaking hinges once again, but this time clear. Closer. Hello? But you say
Are
nothing.
you trying to say something out loud? I don't think you can do that while you're in here with me.
Oh boy, here I come.
Thump. Thump. Thump.
And then the figure emerges, shrouded in a feathered darkness, the world trailing behind it. His shining blade gleaming against the wooden walls, it stares at you with wild, hollow eyes. Yeah, we are huge. What the hell am I?
You're you? You've always looked like this. You're scary sometimes, but looks only matter so much.
Yeah, tell them I'm in here.
Okay, let's see what happens. I'm not alone here this time. Part of you stayed with me when we split apart.
Yeah, that knife is huge. I can see why, like, she is, like, scared of us sometimes. The head on the figure cocks to the side. Is it inquisitive? Suspicious? Hostile? Its emotions are unreadable.
You don't want to hurt that part of you, do you?
The silence holds. Why is it being so... Why am I being so quiet? Is it because I'm not there?
No, I don't think so. You've always been a little quiet.
So I think in real time as well when I play. That's funny.
I can't hear what's going on in there anymore now that I'm back in my own body. Do you want to share your thoughts? It'd only be polite, really.
Oh, you would like to hear what we're thinking, wouldn't you?
Uh-oh. No, I don't like that. He raises the blade above his head, dangling it by the handle in front of his eyes. No, it's certainly talking.
But I think we hold the power right now.
That's one of the voices talking out of my talking.
But she knows about the decider being gone. That would be a weird bluff to come up with if it weren't true.
Okay, so that's clearly the hero. No, that's not the narrator's voice though.
I love that you're trying to contribute, but I think we need to take a little sidebar.
Which voice is
I
that?
don't want to do it. I'm so sorry. This will just be a moment.
That doesn't sound like the narrator's voice though. Silence as the mind in front of you falls back into itself. I think one of the other voices hitch a ride.
Okay. I guess we wait for an answer.
Narrator's probably still in there, clearly, but Do you have to make them listen, try being assertive?
I don't want to be assertive.
You know, Ardain, the decider. Yeah.
Fine. Excuse me.
My apologies. They're really being quite dull in here.
So that's the cold. Or
I
silence.
think they want to kill you. At least the new one does.
The new one.
Very passionate about it.
Okay, so that confirms my thoughts. That's clearly a new voice.
Can you tell him not to?
Yeah, I think the one earlier was Hero for sure. The one that was hesitating. This
Your
one.
opinion has been duly noted.
This one is new.
Disregard it. In fact, I think a decision's been made. 2 birds with 1 stone. How tempting. From what I remember, it's pretty easy to kill you the first time around. And this time you're back to being very... what's the word? Fleshy. Yes, exactly. That's precisely the word I was looking for. You're fleshy now. No more of that incorporeality. Trust me, I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't think it would be easy.
Yeah, we have multiple wings, sets of wings.
And are you doing this?
Oh, I most definitely am.
You feel small as the monster in front of you attacks, blade raised and wings spreading.
Before anything happens, I just wanted to let you all know that we are not all on board with this.
Yeah, so that is the voice of the hero right there.
Now, we voted. It was not a majority decision, but we did have a plurality. He shouldn't count. Says who? Says me. He's not one of us.
That's very interesting. Okay, so this is implying that the narrator and this voice voted for me to be slain. But of all people in our head right now, the cult decided that we shouldn't be killed. That's very interesting, honestly. I think that's probably the biggest surprise here.
He's been here since the beginning. The old chum really deserves to say. Besides, you'll all thank us when this is finally over and we are officially on top. But enough chatter.
Like I said, I just think it's interesting that the cult voted against it since, you know, he's apathetic and everything.
Oh, so you finally decided to do something, have you?
Silence for just a moment as cold eyes regard you. Then silence still as soft eyes hesitate. Ow. You can feel the sharp sting of cold metal sliding deep into your chest. But you can feel something else too. Fear as your legs wobble. And then as...
Collapses against the wall.
Oh shit, we're back.
See? That was easy.
Oh, it's the opportunist. Okay. I guess that checks out.
It was too easy. It felt bad. Don't feel bad. Life is all about taking the easy wins. You don't think the people at the top got there because they worked for it, do you? I mean, of course they did. Hard work is important. Hard work often goes unappreciated. Why bother? Yeah, screw hard work. I guarantee you that anyone who's anyone has done nothing but take shortcuts.
I noticed that we did not stab her in the heart as well. One of the voices successfully stopped it. Probably successfully stopped you know, like probably managed to slip the knife away just slightly to miss the heart. Like I said, yeah, it's against the majority. Like I said, it's very. I think he saw that. I think his logic here, based on the dialogue of 2 birds with 1 stone, was that he wanted to be the dominant mind by killing us when we had no way of fighting back. Since we were in the princess's body. That's what it seems like happens.
Am I supposed to find that impressive? Of course
Interesting.
You are. I got to say it, didn't I? Yes, everyone's very impressed with your accomplishments. But in case you haven't noticed, she isn't dead yet. So how about you finish this before you start celebrating yourself?
What are you waiting for? You won, didn't you? Not that it's hard executing a helpless captive.
Good to be back, boy. So yeah, I'm not gonna do that this time. That's for sure. I just find it funny. Good to be back, boys. Alright. No, we won't. We had our fun with the foreign earlier, so let's make ourselves known saying we're sorry.
Oh, you're different.
Yeah, it's me.
You're back! Just as I
Fuck you.
intended. I was never cut out for leadership, really.
Fuck you.
That's you in that body again, isn't it? I thought it felt a little empty in here. I'm hurt, but I'll live. If you'll let me. Will you? Or are you still going to kill me?
Let's just say I don't know what I want to do.
Well, what if we try again, only we do it right this time? We can leave together, and we can even do it in 2 separate bodies.
Absolutely not. I don't think there's much you can do about it if that's the choice he makes. But no, I think I'd like to see what happens.
Okay, I'd like that. But we still have to get me out of these chains.
Alright.
You should give the knife to me, though. What if you using it kicks you out of your body again?
Okay, listen. I know you're in charge again, but this is obviously a trick. We can't trust her. We literally just stabbed her.
Correction. You just sat there. Because the hero and the cold were against it.
Someone's gonna have to take a leap of faith eventually.
Let's give her the blade.
You hand the
Oh.
blade to the princess, who gingerly cuts herself free from her bindings. You maniac. And then what happens? Then, as her chains clatter to the floor, she turns her back on you and hurls the blade through the basement window, never to be seen again. No. You need the blade to deal with her.
I think we've already dealt with her, narrator.
I'm so glad that's behind us. Come on, let's get out of here.
She reaches forward and takes your hand in hers before excitedly pulling you towards the basement stairs. Yeah? And what does it feel like? Is it nice? Why do you want to know? You can tell a lot of things about someone from their handshake. I want to know more about the person we decided unanimously to throw our lot in with. Whatever. It's delicate and tender. Ah, so even through everything, she hasn't forgotten what it's like to have a heart. That'll do. The two of you rush up the basement stairs together. Ugh.
Yeah, I like this so far.
Welcome back, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, we all missed you so very much. I missed you the most. You weren't even here until he was gone. Whatever, it doesn't matter.
I also do like
If you
the
step through that door, you're
cold
damning
beans.
every single person alive. You do realize that, yes?
I do appreciate the cold sounding sincere as you said that, by the way.
Who cares?
Yeah, exactly. Who cares?
One last door, and then we're free. I'm down a hand, so you'll have to be the one to open it.
Fair enough. Let's do it.
Twist the doorknob in your hand and step forward into the world you've damned. You and the princess fall to the ground, exhausted. I hope this all comes back to bite you, do you hear? I hope you're forced to feel the weight of all the regret there's ever been.
But he doesn't get to finish his thoughts before disappearing entirely. You find yourself free of any of the regrets he wished upon you.
I didn't think I'd ever get to be happy, but I think I am. I just didn't realize that being happy would feel so cold.
And she's being taken. Your peace does not last, nor can it ever. It's time to leave. Memory
She's
returns.
gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a mirror? Why is it here? Why now?
It's going to be okay, just trust me. We've been here before and you always get scared.
But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything. If they think it's bad, I'm with them. You don't need to comfort them.
Seeing on the other side is going to be okay.
If you say so, we'll trust you. Finally, we're going places. Whatever makes you happy.
You approach the mirror. You've grown. So we're at the cabin.
Flickering lights and empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
Do you have any pause in this vessel?
This one is perspectives bleeding into one. You know her better than you know yourself. She will make for an empathetic heart. Do not mourn her, for you would not mourn yourself.
Okay. Ready to go back?
I will long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
To be fair, the first, the one with the thorn was part of the base game as well.
You're here to slay her. If you
It was a part of the Pristine cut.
don't, the end of the world.
Only the last run was. So far. Alright. Let's go to the cabin. Do we want to do the other one?
She will lie.
Before-
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
Yeah,
Ignore him.
it is interesting. What should we go for now?
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of the blade.
Let's see. I'm just thinking of like, what could we go for? Like, what do we want to do on this run? We could do one of the other, like, entirely different paths that I haven't done before. I guess. Let's see. We haven't done the prisoner, and we haven't done the tower. I've heard a lot about the tower, so I'm thinking of maybe trying to go for that. And I believe... Well, let's take the blade.
You take.
Let's just wing it. I don't want to do the other Pristine cut path yet.
Good.
That's
You're
all.
still listening to reason. You walk down.
That's because what I heard, it's like
She's
quite the
so
thing.
Coldly beautiful.
You know?
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are
Right.
you here to kill me something?
Nuh-uh.
Then drop the knife.
We should. Goa, don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do. The blade tumbles out of your trembling hand.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face. Unarmed. We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
Okay.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
Okay, we talked enough.
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
You know why you're here.
Maybe it's such a nightmare. Yeah, let's see about this.
You have to be kidding me. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give
I don't know which one I'm going for here.
They're large and heavy.
I'm just trying to think
Put
of like
yourself
other ones I
into
haven't done.
Imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key.
I'm gonna check upstairs, but the key's still lying around. Maybe you can at least find something to break you free.
I'll be here.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here? You try the door, but it's locked from the outside. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done. You make your way back to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd simply slain her like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
Yeah, you did.
The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
You won't like what happens if you do that.
Let's do it.
Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the princess's arm, just above the massive, unyielding chain. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and you make quick work of it. Before long, you're able to crack through bone, and she pulls the bleeding stub of her arm through the iron gauntlet. She didn't so much as utter a sound.
I don't think she could even feel pain. At least, like, physical pain. Honestly, at this point.
How is she so composed after losing an arm? It's like she isn't even bothered by it.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I just can't let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
Let's warn her.
Stop that.
I thought this was a little too easy.
Your body lunges forward to sink the blade into her back, but the princess swiftly moves out of the way before you can connect. Stop it! Stop resisting me! I am trying to get you out of here alive.
We're resisting.
The blade. Move the blade.
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you? I can see the conflict in your eyes. I'll make this quick.
She steps forward and pries the blade from your rigid hands.
Maybe I'll see you in another life.
And then she slits your throat with an almost clinical ease.
Damn.
Her face remains unchanged as she watches you collapse to the ground, blood flowing from your butchered neck.
I always figured we were roughly the same height as her, but imagine this probably tower over her as well. True.
This is the end, isn't it?
We're huge.
Everything goes dark, and you die. I hope it was worth it.
Chapter 2. Oh, we're going there. Okay, I've never been on the prisoner path, so here we go.
On a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And
Yeah, I
in the
know.
basement of that cabin is a princess.
Honestly, I'm impressed that she's able, like, she sees this huge beast, and then she beats a shit out of it with her bare hands in some of the runs.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of
That's
the
so
world.
funny to imagine now. Wait, hasn't this already happened?
It hasn't. Or if it,
Yeah.
don't forget what he did to us the last time
Skeptic.
around.
All right.
I wouldn't trust a word out of his mouth. There's got to be a way out of it, for us and for the princess. We just have to keep trying. I'm inclined to agree. If he doesn't remember what
Right.
you know I can hear you two, right? And as far as trying to help her goes, need I remind you how catastrophically dangerous she is to the world at large? I told you about the stakes of this situation less than a minute ago.
Let's proceed to the cabin.
A warning before you go any further.
Honestly, I think it's fun. I think it's funnier to imagine if it wasn't retconned.
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her.
Because it sounds
Believe a word
funny
she
to think
says.
of how huge we are.
Yes, don't believe a word she says. Just go in, take the knife, and do what you're supposed to. Wink. Did you just say wink out loud? No, I didn't. Wink. Just ignore this clown and focus on the princess.
I mean, to be fair, he's voice. He can't physically wink.
The interior of the cabin is less a cozy woodland retreat and more like a dungeon. A few pathetic wisps of starlight attempt
Wisps.
to illuminate the cold, uninviting stone walls, and thick, wrought iron bars barricade the windows, reminding anyone who enters that this is a prison. The only furniture of note is an iron table, bolted to the floor, a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Good idea. Much better to be armed than to go in with blind hope alone.
Exactly. Let's enter the basement.
The door to the basement.
Oh, the fire is animated.
Revealing an old stone staircase. A few sputtering torches attempt to vaguely illuminate your path, dancing across glimmering patches of slimy moss on the stone steps. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her voice, harsh but controlled, carries up the stairs.
Is that a visitor I hear?
Let's see.
Please, come downstairs.
You're welcome.
It's been a while since I've had company.
Does she remember us?
That's a good question.
You walk down the stairs and
God.
lock eyes with the princess. She looks up at you, the heavy collar around her neck clanking loudly as she moves. The chains binding both her wrists to the far wall, joining the metallic chorus as she adjusts her hands in her lap. Should we be worried about the one around her neck? Why would you be worried about her restraints? If anything, they'll make your job easier. Have you noticed the empty chain on the wall? Odd that in a place where everything seems to serve a distinct purpose, there would be something so obviously useless.
True.
What an interesting development. Why don't you have a seat? The two of us should chat before you bury that thing in my heart.
That's a lot of options here. So fair.
You step towards the princess, but she stops you before you get too close, holding up one shackled hand.
There's fine. I'd prefer we keep some distance until we've sorted this out.
Fair enough.
That's reasonable. We do have a weapon. Might as well put her at ease.
Yeah. Let's say where we were told to sit.
You do as she asks and sit on the floor, still a good distance away from her.
Thank you. Now, what are your intentions for me?
I've been here before. Am I anyone who remembers this?
Oh, are we acknowledging that? I thought we weren't going to give away the game. But yeah, I remember.
Oh, okay.
First you make a comment about having been here before, and now this. As much as I would like to
Right.
remain in denial, it's no
So,
use.
okay.
This has complicated things. It's complicated things how, exactly? Ideally, this was supposed to be one and done. You go to the cabin, you heroically slay the princess, and in the process you save the entire world from being damned to oblivion. The situation right now, where you're getting a second shot at things, is a contingency.
Right.
A contingency for what? For you failing.
Okay. Yeah.
And you being here means that things are going to be
Okay.
a lot harder than they were. I really shouldn't say anything else. I'm just going to make it worse. Just good luck. If you knew this could happen, why didn't you tell us? All of this is incredibly valuable information. It would have changed our actions considerably.
Exactly.
I needed you to be in the dark for as long as I could keep you there. It's important. Necessary, even. And maybe I wanted to be the first version of me that you met. I didn't want to be confronted by the alternative. That's pathetic. I never said I wasn't. I get it. It would be pretty upsetting, wouldn't it? To know that you might not be the first version of yourself. At least we can remember what happened before. Seems like we should count ourselves lucky for that. Exactly, he gets it. You're lucky. So don't waste that luck by messing it up again. Alright? Moving on. Why is it important for us to be ignorant? How is it ever helpful to be in the dark? The more I say, the more your mind will swim into dangerous waters. Even saying that is too much. Your success hinges on you having imperfect information. For the sake of the entire world, you need to accept that.
Well, it's a little too late for that, narrator.
I won't. Just give it a rest. This isn't helping.
Focus. This is a serious situation. You shouldn't be daydreaming.
Right. The outer chain on the wall, who is it for? It's for me, isn't it?
Oh, but you could always try it on. Maybe it'll fit.
I hope I don't actually have to say this, but please don't lock yourself in chains. We need you ambulatory if you're going to save the world.
Let's see. No, we're not doing that. What would he have me do?
Let me borrow that knife.
Okay.
Don't worry, you'll get it back.
That's ominous, but she seems confident. Whatever it is she has planned, I think she knows what she's doing. Oh, please, she's just putting on an act to disarm you. That much should be obvious. In case you need to hear a voice of reason, it would obviously be unwise to give away your only weapon.
At the same time, though, the skeptic has a point. She's certain about
She isn't
something.
bluffing. Whatever she has planned might be for her benefit alone. There's no guarantee that what's good for her is good for us. So, what should we do? I don't know. I'm just spelling out our options, listing the pros and cons.
Right.
Then let me help you. I'll start with the cons. If you're handing her your weapon, the cons are that she might use it to escape and end the entire world. And she might use it to kill you.
But she's also shackled up.
That doesn't sound great. What about the pros? There are none. The pros are that we can't trust him, possibly even more than we can't trust her. Whatever she has planned could do something to mess with what he has planned. Or maybe they're both screwing us over in their own ways.
Zador, trust me. I'm not giving you a weapon. Let's give her the weapon. Let's give her the knife.
Slide it over.
I trust her.
No, absolutely not. I am not letting you hand your only weapon over over.
I'm interested to see what she's interested. I'm
Till you come up with
interested to see what she'll do with
idea,
it.
like, say, I don't know, doing your job and slaying her, you remain rigidly in place. You tried this last time. Do you want to know how it went for you? Oh, I remember. She killed us, which, by your estimation, ended the world, right? Oh, sorry. Try to take over, buddy.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I wonder what she has planned with the knife.
Exactly. If I were you, I wouldn't be too keen on repeating your mistake. Hell, we could even force your hand and do it ourselves. I'm not afraid of dying again. Are you? A little. I think you got your point across. Fine. You slide the blade across the floor. The princess maintains unsettling eye contact as she reaches down to pick it up.
Thanks.
She pulls
Oh,
up her
yeah,
hair,
okay.
smiling slightly as she raises the blade to her throat.
Oh, okay, well, that is her plan.
What is she doing? She doesn't say another word as she cuts into her
Ah,
own
that music.
No.
I guess we'll just watch it.
Her eyes stare forward, unblinking, as she saws through skin, veins, cartilage. At last she reaches bone, the blade grinding audibly against her vertebra as it continues to slice its way through her neck. I'll be damned. She's actually doing your job for you. How would she do that? Huh. So that's her play. Killing herself? She isn't dead yet.
Exactly.
Finally, you hear a snap.
Oh,
Her eye twitches. There's an uneasy silence. She remains motionless for a long moment, her twitching eye the only movement in the room, until at last it stops in an unsettling half-wink.
well, I guess he called it, Roto. Holy shit.
Her head twists slowly to the side, flopping to her shoulder, and her neck opens. The remaining tissue is not enough to hold the weight of her severed head. It stretches and tears until finally it falls to the floor, completely free. It bounces a few times before rolling to a stop at your feet. Oh no, oh no, what did we do? Can we put it back? Please tell me we can put it back.
I mean, we could try, I guess. I don't think it's going to accomplish much, Hero.
The princess's eyes stare up at you, dead. Congratulations! You saved the world.
We did it.
So I guess that's it. What a way to go. But she is gone, isn't she?
I hate this. Can we just get out of here now, please? Of course, the princess is slain and the world is saved. Whenever you're ready, you can proceed to your reward.
Now hold on, she's dead. So what's the rush? What's your angle?
I don't have an angle. I'm just looking forward to putting all this behind us. I'm sure you can understand that.
Look, I'm just not ready to put my guard down. It's best to keep sharp. She wouldn't have done all that without some kind of reason. She's left us with this dangling thread, and I need to know why.
I think I figured it out.
You're just
I'll wait until
wasting
this
your
shoot.
energy. The danger has passed, and now we can all relax and enjoy your reward.
So, every other time we try to slay the princess, none of it works until we stab her heart, right? That's when she truly dies. That's when everything gets reset. So, and at the very start of this exchange, at the very start of this path, she tells us not to spill any of her plans out loud, because she knows about the inner voice, apparently, or something like that. So, I think the option here is to take the head, right? That's what she's banking on, right?
Ugh, Fine. You pick up the princess's severed head, its neck stump still oozing bodily fluids. Then make your way back upstairs to the first floor of the cabin.
Did you see that? I could have sworn she moved.
She isn't dead. Yes.
She didn't. She's dead. But what if she's not? Are you listening to yourself? Do I need to explain to you why decapitation is lethal? The door to your bountiful reward is right in front of you. All you have to do is open it.
Alright.
You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom. Only, a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is... Wait, no, that's not right.
Well played.
Aha! I called it.
This is the end of the world, isn't it? I always thought I'd at least have time to explain myself before I had to watch it happen. But it's already...
I called it.
over? Is he gone?
But we're still here. Maybe it wasn't the end of the world after all. Maybe it was just the end of his.
Thanks for carrying me up here. I had to take it on faith that you would know what to do. I'm glad I was right to trust you. So, this is the outside. Maybe it's just my lack of body, but it's colder than I expected.
And she's gone. Gonna have to deal with just a head. So no head.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her?
Like I said, I had a feeling that was the answer.
Mirror? Why is it here? Why now?
Of course it's here, but this is the end for you, but it's not the end for me.
What is that supposed to mean? Whatever awful thing I felt before, it feels so much worse now.
No, that can't be right. There has to be something more.
Alright. Yeah, our the shifting mount is gonna have to deal with just having a head. You withered. Oh, she has a body too, actually.
A chorus of contradiction. A mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at
Yeah, they found it.
to shift the mind to something new. And to look away. All
Oh, I'm sorry, I
is
didn't mean to
changing.
interrupt that.
And yet the rest of me is still the same.
I'm not gonna ask for the questions because we went through them the first time. So I'm just gonna ask about the head. What do you think of this vessel?
This one is cold and cynical. She has protected herself when others could not. She will make for a clever heart. Do not mourn her. She doesn't need to be protected any longer.
So I do know that one of the other Pristine cut endings has to do with the prisoner.
When it is time for us to meet
So
again.
we're gonna go back to her eventually. Okay? But for now, I'm gonna continue forward.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
But I don't know exactly what to do, but I do know that it has to do with the prisoner. Because it kind of retconned, see, there's a new path to Pristine cut, because I do know the existence of one of the Chapter 3 princesses, who is the Drowned Grey, who is considered to be by many the least popular of the princesses, and it was for it was for both killing the prisoner or not following one of the steps to giving the prisoner's vessel to the shifting mound, I think. And a lot of people felt that the Vider was like karmic overkill, I
You're
guess.
here.
Just based on what I heard from feedback. And I think it probably has to do
You
with
make
just
your way up.
leaving the head behind. Is my guess. So I think that's the path to the new Pristine cut ending for that path. But I'm just going to continue on for now. I don't know how many we have left before we get to the final encounter with the shifting mound. So I'm going to do the ever Pristine cut ending first here. We're not going to take the knife.
The door to the basement creaks open. Her voice
Hello? Is someone there?
is hypnotizing. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
I'm here to save you.
How many times do I have to tell you how dangerous letting her out of here would be before it finally sinks in?
Wait, really? You're here to rescue me? I was starting to think I'd be stuck down here forever. Come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful. I am begging you to stay.
Right.
Hi. I can't believe you're here. I've been waiting for something like this to happen forever. I hope you brought something to deal with these chains.
Don't do it. If she gets out of those chains, we're all one step closer to the end.
See what I can do.
You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake. No, you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
And nope.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
And if there was a key, do you have any other ideas?
Maybe there's some way to break the chains? Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
She offers the suggestion with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out.
Yeah.
To finally be free. You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here?
Alright, let's return to the bottom of the
Make
stairs.
your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been
Right.
easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
Anyway, gore warning again.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
Because I remember how grisly this was.
She barely hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf. As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down.
I think I know how it made it.
It's now.
I think I know how.
Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that.
Let's save the princess.
Fine. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm. Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit. She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal. No, she didn't. She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground. How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Yep.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't
Yeah,
just
yeah,
as
yeah.
the princess approaches the bottom step. Wait,
Yep.
this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
What are you doing?
Let's warn her.
Stop that.
There we go.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart. But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect. Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive.
And let's
The
resist.
blade. Move the blade. As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward.
We both know this isn't you.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands. What are you doing?
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
She plunges it into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew. It is agony. But you aren't dead yet.
Oh, well.
Oh no! I'm so sorry.
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake. For her sake. You start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of you have literally doomed everyone.
And it's fine.
Whatever. She sinks the blade into your chest again and again and again, and you feel every inch of burning pain that slices its way into your body.
I'm sorry.
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she?
No. Doesn't seem like she does.
Apparently not, though it doesn't matter how sloppy her blade work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound, and it won't be long before you bleed out.
I'm so sorry.
With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks. It can't just end like this, right? Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I prefer for things
I love
to
how
have gone
salty the
differently, I can't
narrator
deny
is.
the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice. It's over. Everything goes dark. And you die.
Chapter 2. The Damsel. Now, last time I just outright just murdered the damsel,
In
so...
the woods, you're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
And we know that's smitten with us. Let's proceed to the cabin.
A warning.
Yeah.
If only you knew what you did to us, you villain. Excuse me? Forget he said anything. But he is a villain. He made our beloved brutally take our life last time. He is trying to keep us apart, but he won't be able to withstand the power of our love. Last time? What are you talking about? I think he just likes to hear the sound of his own voice. Let's try.
I love how even the hero is sick of his shit.
But I also speak from the heart. My passions are too great to be stifled. They must be expressed. Sure, yeah, your passions are strong and all, but not everyone needs to hear them. Some things are better kept quiet. Don't pay the bickering any mind. Focus on the task ahead.
Yeah.
The interior of the cabin is clean and elegant, its stone walls draped in fine-threaded tapestries, a prison befitting a royal prisoner. The only furniture of note is an ornate wooden table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement.
No. Let's enter the basement about it.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an intricate stairwell. Gold-trimmed carpet glimmers in the light of the torches positioned along the walls. The basement almost seems welcoming in the dim firelight, but but it's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. A soft voice carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Her voice. It's somehow even more beautiful than last time. I think we're in love. Okay, I'm with you that we should be doing whatever we can to save her, but saying we're in love is a bit much, don't you think?
A little
We
bit
don't even
much.
know the princess. We can still do right by her without all this fawning. Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember that her charms are all part of the manipulation.
Yeah.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall. My love, we're here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment.
She can't hear you.
You know she can't hear me, right? She may not be able to hear my words, but surely she can hear my spirit. Your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
Did you hear that? She said we're dashing, and she called us a hero. Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it? Waiting for you to come back. You've been here before, haven't you?
Yeah.
That's right, villain. And you killed us. Well, she killed us. Only because he made us try and kill her. It was self-defense. Our beloved's hands remain unstained by cruelty. And you've died before. So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I'd really hoped I'd be the first, but what's done is done. What matters is you have a chance to do it right this time. We damned a whole world, but everything reset. Nothing resets. You're just somewhere else. And you can't keep hopping between worlds forever, especially not without leaving a trail of incomprehensible devastation behind you. This is horrible.
See, I'm sorry, I was just looking at something. Let's rescue the princess.
What are you talking about? Did you forget that she's a world-ending monstrosity? And even if you wanted to unleash her onto the world, despite the complete moral disaster that would be, you'd have to get her out of those chains. Good luck with that. Don't you see how dainty her hands are? We'll be able to slip her out with ease.
Well, we don't.
No, she's a prisoner here. You can't just slip her hand through the chains. If her hand could just slip out of the chains, why hasn't she done it already? Because we've yet to present her with her freedom. I'm not sure I follow.
I'm
Would you
also
rather
not sure.
believe me, a passionate heart guided by love and my own good nature? Or would you rather believe the devil on your shoulder who tells you what you can and cannot do?
Well, he is the
I'd
narrator.
rather believe in facts. Ah, so you're one of those empiricists. One of us has to be. Then let me show you a brand new truth. Narrator, we
Jitsuka.
courageously step forward and free our beloved from her bindings. No, I can't let you do that. If you take another step towards the princess, You'll what? Take over our body and force us to try and kill her? I would if you had a weapon. Not on my watch, villain. My passions contain titanic depths, and if you try anything that might harm our dearest, I will end our life without a second thought.
Yeesh.
You wouldn't. I would. I'd listen to him if I were you. He has a lot of strong feelings. And doesn't the world end if we don't stop her?
Yeah, it kind of does, huh?
You approach the princess and gingerly slide her hand from her bindings. That shouldn't have worked. I'll be damned. We're doomed. I can't believe it. But I guess I have to. I told you. There's no life more worth living than
Okay,
that of a
this
true
man
believer.
is quite powerful.
I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
The princess jumps up and smothers you in a joyful embrace. Ugh. If only you had a weapon, one slip of the wrist and your pristine blade would be buried in her back and everyone out there would be saved.
I don't think that's how
Luckily for
what's
Mr.
happening.
Romance, we don't have a weapon. Who needs a weapon when we have the power of love on our side?
What do we do now?
Okay. Just gonna save it here. Even Hero sick of smitten shit. I don't blame him. I guess if we do
Sounds
that.
perfect.
The princess takes your hand, the last hopes of the entire world slipping through your fingers as they intertwine with hers. We have each other. We don't need the world for our happy ending. I like to think that you do, actually. Look, I have my doubts, but the choice has been made and this is happening. You don't have to mope about it. I will mope about it, because moping is the only recourse you love-blind fools have left me with. You and the princess walk up the stairs hand in hand. Ugh, look at the way she's smiling at you. She doesn't have to be so happy about this.
I mean, she's being freed.
And what happens after we walk up the stairs? Let's see. Oh, isn't that interesting? The door slams in your face and the lock clicks. That's a familiar move. Did I do that last time? Then you should know that you won't be able to leave.
Oh no! Did someone lock us in here? That's not fair. We're supposed to leave now.
She's right. It isn't fair. But the unfairnesses of the world are no match for the strength of true love. Enough with this true love nonsense. You just met her. Of course you wouldn't understand. Our passions run deeper than anything you have ever known. Are you listening to this? You don't have to go along with the every whim of that delusional voice. I'm just along for the ride at this point.
Yeah. Let's see. Right now, I'm going up with the guy to start to the ending. Let's see. Let's open the door, I guess.
Okay, yeah, you've got this.
You place your hand on the door, and the lock clicks, and the door creaks open. Are you kidding me?
I'm looking at how to start the new path. I'm not looking at what it entails, just so you know. I just know that it's a damsel path and something here.
And the blade, that's right. There's still a chance for you to do the right thing. Take the blade from the table and slay her before it's too late.
I'm not doing
You're
that.
enjoying this, aren't you? You're taking every opportunity you can to draw out the end of the world and make me suffer. I hate you. You know, if her walking out that door is really going to end the world, can't we all just stay here? Seems like an easy
Okay,
thing for
here
everyone.
we go. That's the dialogue I'm looking
That's
for.
not how this works. Yes, what he said. That's not how this works. Obviously, we have to leave with her. It's our happy ending.
What if we just stayed here and built the life? Yep, here it is. All right, so this will put me on the path of the ever ending of the Pristine cut. So let's do it. I heard good things about this one. I haven't heard much of it. Just that apparently one of the writers themselves said that it'll be hard to top anything they've written after this path. So I'm looking forward to it. We need to be happy with each other. What if we just stayed here and built a life together?
What a romantic suggestion. You're right. We don't need the world. All we need is each other. That's exactly what I just suggested. Was it not romantic when I suggested?
No, because you're not this fit.
Did you suggest that? I wasn't listening. You answered me.
But the door's right there. We can just leave.
Wait. Why would she say that? Was she
Oh.
moved by our proclamation of love?
Uh-oh.
Are we not enough for her?
Uh-oh.
She's not wooed by you because staying here and building a life together isn't a solution. It isn't anything. It's a non-answer. It can't be done.
You could just be happy. We just have to want it.
But we would have to be here forever.
Hmm.
I don't know you.
Oh.
This is really what you want, though, isn't it?
Her eyes dart uncomfortably.
Yeah,
to
she's very
corners of the
uncomfortable.
room.
I guess we could do that.
She doesn't seem happy about this. But she can't be unhappy about staying with us. Can she?
I guess she can.
I don't know. She has a point. She doesn't know us. No. It has to be him. It has to be this place. If we just made these walls more fitting for a princess. If we just say the right things. If we just showed her the contents of our heart. She'd be happy here.
What are you suggesting?
As the voice thinks its thought, your hands raise, fingers pointing towards your chest, and then... What? No, you absolutely do not do that.
Oh, are we literally just going to rip our heart out?
Oh, but I do.
Are we just going to rip our heart out?
We can't see unless you tell us. Are you sure you want to know? I suppose I can't stall forever. You
Yep.
plunge your nails into your chest, digging deep, grasping
She
for
looks
a
so
handhold,
uncomfortable.
and you find it. Your fingers curling around your ribs.
She's just awkwardly just standing there wondering what the fuck is going on. That's great.
Oh no! What are you doing? Are you okay? You can't do that and be okay.
Time out. He should not be allowed to do that. He's not the decider. And yet, it's done, isn't it? It will
Oh.
be soon. You yank
did not like this.
violently, your bones cracking with wet pops as you pull yourself apart inch by painful inch. Your exposed heart, framed by jagged ribs, thumps rhythmically in your raw, bloodied chest. The loosened threads of your body unfurling to cover the surface of the room.
Yeah, he's outright just overruling us. What?
Don't mind my sacrifice. It's a fair price to pay to give her everything she doesn't know she wants.
Oh my.
Oh, I see. You're trying to tell me something.
Yeah, the something.
It's beautiful.
The princess, mesmerized, reaches towards your beating heart, and then
Everything goes dark and we die?
yes,
Oh. This is the very blunt.
You're on a path in the woods.
We are not on the.
Clearly already in the cabin.
Well, I don't think we're on the path to the woods.
Excuse me? You're clearly... Oh. Huh. So you are. How do you know about the cabin? I didn't get to the cabin part of my opening monologue yet. We've been here before. Well, not here, but I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. You knew about the loop-in last time. Now, he's clearly disorientated. I'm sure all this new info is going to come as...
Oh, we had the
shock
opportunist
to him.
again.
Best if we're gentle.
Okay.
And right on cue, here's the new guy. Welcome! Thank you. I'm just happy to be here.
I'm glad that we have the. We have gotten like how many different ones with the opportunists? This is funny.
Okay, yes, I get it. You've been here before. That's terrible. You know that, right? Because the only reason you would have been here before is if you failed in whatever world you'd come from. Meaning you doomed an entire other reality. But I'm sure since you're so well-travelled, you know that. Yes.
Yeah, he sounds thankful.
Well, we know that now, thanks to you.
Where's
You
it smitten,
also
by the
know
way?
to be stuck with, working with someone so well-informed. You can count on us to do things right from here on out. I'm going to describe the room now. The interior of the cabin is
Where is this
vast
smitten?
and regal. High arched windows line the walls, their multicolored glass casting kaleidoscopic patterns across the stone floor. An iron chandelier hangs from the vaulted ceiling, its many candles lit with flickering light, vaguely illuminating the massive room. This is a house fit for royalty. Before you, there isn't a blade, is there?
Oh no,
That's not good.
the weight isn't there. Oh. Okay, hold on. Does it matter with the blades here? We didn't use it last time, and the time before that, she used it to kill us.
Now that is some fine reasoning. Who cares about the blade? I think you're right. We're better off without it. It's not like it's ever been important. Of course, the blade's important. It's your implement. You're going to need it if you want to do this right. The fact that you're here, right now, again, means that you have not yet done this right. But it's not there, is it? We don't even get the choice. So, what are we supposed to do? I don't actually know. I'm sure it'll turn up somewhere.
Yeah,
It has to.
probably.
It's part of the whole structure of this place, I think. At the very least, it's important.
I don't think there's been a single time where the blade hasn't shown up in some form, so it'll probably be there. Yeah, so where's the voice of the spin? He was here last time, and it's not like him to be this quiet.
Yeah, he was a bit of a loud one, wasn't he? Is he okay? We're better off without him, if you ask me. One less opinion we have to contend with. Plus, he's the one who got us into this whole mess. Is that so?
True.
Maybe there is hope for you after all, free from the bad influence of your missing friend.
Yeah, something like that. Did he cut himself out? That's a good point. So is he gone, or is he free done? Let's approach him here.
You cross the room, stopping just in front of the door to the basement. The handle is right there. Do feel free to give it a push as soon as you'd like. There is no door, there's a mirror. No, there isn't. Now this is tricky. My eyes say there's a mirror, but my brain says there isn't one. Look, if you need help, just raise your hand, and I'll guide it where it needs to go.
Alright.
You reach forward, your hand instinctively wrapping around the handle. It's gone. I'm just glad we can all agree on a shared reality.
I hate this
You push the door
opportunist.
open. Marvelous. We can proceed. It would seem that the stairs to the basement don't lead to a basement at
Yeah,
all.
that's weird.
Rather, they go up. They're draped in fine carpet, too, one that feels pleasantly soft against your feet. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably... no, it doesn't work here at all. This place is nice. It's fancy, even. I have to say, whatever you did in your previous lives, I deeply dislike how much it's thrown me off my rhythm. Don't worry about it, boss. You're doing great. I'm not. But I appreciate the encouragement.
I love that.
Well, if all of this has thrown you off your rhythm so much, then maybe we don't have to slay the princess. No, you absolutely do. Just because she lives in a nice house doesn't mean she
And it's
doesn't
actually
pose a
nice,
direct
yeah.
threat to all of reality. It's in her very nature.
Part of me is concerned about this.
Her voice, gentle and warm, with an undercurrent of fatigue, rolls down the stairs.
You're home. Dinner's ready.
Oh.
As much as I desperately want to know what happened last time, we are not going to examine it. The more we think, the worse this gets.
Yeah, fair enough,
Why
honestly.
are you so on edge? This is much nicer than what we're used to. I'd like to have dinner. Dinner sounds
I really
nice.
don't trust this.
Gotta say, I'm with him on
I
this
really
one,
don't
boss.
trust this.
When have nice things ever been a problem? That is the problem. This isn't supposed to be nice, and she's supposed to be a prisoner. I need to stop talking. I need to stop talking. Just go upstairs, okay?
Alright. Let's see what we have ourselves in. Oh, hello.
Below is grand and beautiful. Torches bathe the room in warm, comforting
Is that the
light,
smitten?
just enough to illuminate the tapestries along every wall, woven with scenes of chivalry and courtship and romance. The many cloth eyes are fixed on each other, gazes averted from the long table in the center of the room. The princess seated at its far end.
Is that the smitten behind her?
Your pristine blade glints in the weak torchlight, hanging from a golden chain around the princess's neck.
Oh, so there it is.
So that's where it is. And the tip is already pointed right at her heart. Okay, everything is falling back into place. All you have to do is cross the room, push down a little, and the entire world is saved. That's easy. Yeah, that is easy, isn't it? So, where's the rush?
You're here. Now we can start being happy together. Why don't you sit down? Wouldn't that be nice?
As the words leave her
Oh.
mouth, the torches flare.
Okay.
The chair swings in from behind, knocking your legs out from under you. You're forcibly seated at the head of the table.
Isn't that better? It is better, right?
What is this place?
It's our happy ending, just like you asked for. It's everything we're supposed to have ever wanted.
What are we supposed to do now?
Oh, right, dinner. I totally forgotten about it.
Flames burn bright.
Yeah,
shadow dives across the table. In its wake, it leaves a feast.
Go ahead and dig in. I'm sure you're hungry.
Am I ever? And look at this spread. It's a feast fit for a king. Yeah. And after everything we've been through, we could use a break.
I'm surprised the voices aren't questioning any of this, because I certainly am.
That, we deserve a break.
Let's save. Let's just eat.
You begin to feast, and the princess follows suit, her soft smile never fading. The food is more exquisite than you ever could have imagined. You sample countless otherworldly dishes, sauces and bread and hearty stews whose tastes dance across your tongue.
That's nice.
You tear at hunks of meat practically melting from the bone, juicy and tender and bursting with flavors you could scarcely begin to describe. Your cup fills itself again and again with a flowery nectar so sweet it tastes like glimmering jewels. This really is perfect, isn't it? It is the best meal you've ever had. But then it's over, and you're just as hungry as when you began.
Wasn't that perfect? We should do it again.
The shadow washes across the table, clearing and replating. The feast is once again laid before you. The food is good.
Okay.
Again. You tear into golden crispy flesh, dab at the slurry of aromatic sauces on your plate with thick crusted bread, sip your goblet of sparkling gems. But you have done this already. A good meal is still a good meal, and we didn't even have to clear the dishes. I'm happy. And then it's over, and you're just as hungry as when you began.
You're still hungry too, right? I know this wasn't as good as it was last time, but we just have to do it again. That's all. It'll be perfect if we just do it again.
So the shadow sweeps over the table, clearing the old and laying out the new. And so you do it again. The meat is fine, the bread is fine. You sample the side dishes and they're fine too. You finish your goblet, the liquid within no longer glimmering on your palate, instead leaving your mouth coated in a tacky film. You put it down and it fills again. You do not drink more. Well, food is food, isn't it? Can't always be amazing. What matters is that we don't have to make it. Getting other people to do the hard work always improves the taste.
Sense quiet resentment, a little bit
Does it?
from her.
Because
Huh?
it seems like the taste is getting worse, and we haven't had to so much as lift a finger. Regardless of quality, it's over again, and you're just as hungry as when you began. Again.
No, something was wrong that time. But maybe I was just tasting it wrong. It looks just as good as it did the first time. It shouldn't taste like this.
Again, the shadow replaces your feast, and again you eat. The meat is greasy, the bread is tough, its crust hurting your jaw as you chew. The grey vegetables are barely worth the effort of picking through. You don't even touch the goblet, its sickly sweet aroma utterly unappealing. I'm so tired of eating. Well, it's still free food we didn't have to make, right? Oh, am I kidding? We were eating like kings and now we're eating like pigs. At least you still have the memory of how good it was the first time, right?
I'm so tired of this.
As the words leave her mouth, one of the torches on the wall sputters
Oh,
and then goes out entirely.
yeah, I see that. On the
What
left.
just happened? Did I do something wrong?
Not a fan of whatever just happened. I don't want to sit in the dark. Losers sit in the dark. I want to sit in a brightly lit, spacious room where we can see our beautiful, queenly wife. As if in response to the dousing of their brother, the other three torches blaze brighter, their flames licking at the walls. Their shadows deepen, dancing angrily across the stone.
I don't think you did anything wrong. I think you just said something you wanted to say. So the torch, don't worry about it. We still have plenty of light. Yeah, I don't think you did anything wrong. It just says something you wanted to say.
But it was wrong. I took away a piece of our light. I'm not supposed to do that. I don't want him to be upset with me.
You said he. Who is he?
He's the voice that whispers sweet nothings in my ear. I think he made this place for us.
Is she talking about a real voice? Like us, but we're at the head of the table. We should be in charge. Is he more powerful than we are?
Hey, Shadow, don't you have anything to say?
The torches flare and the shadow grows for a moment, but you don't receive a response. Giving us the cold shoulder, I say, asserting his dominance in the power structure. Regardless, it would seem that he, if there is a he, isn't something you can talk to.
He says his words are just for me. But he wants me to ask, isn't this enough? Isn't this what you wanted him to do? He says he's tired. I don't think he'll answer anything else you have to say.
I'm starting to pick up domestic abuse implications here, huh?
This isn't fair. If I could just talk to him for 2 seconds, I'm sure we could sort this out and figure out a balanced power structure that works better for everyone. But no, he's decided he's above talking to little guys like us, huh?
Oh, but yeah, what are we supposed to do now?
I don't know. Maybe we could play a game.
Okay,
Yeah, that's exactly what we should do.
sure.
Flames roar and the shadow comes dancing across the table. It leaves behind an intricate game. Its pieces elegant and beautiful and enticing. Its simple rules already apparent, even with little explanation.
We can probably work together to figure this out as we go. That sounds like a lot of fun, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
Great, we
Exactly
even have
that.
a rule book. That means we can make up as many rules as we want. And we will. Don't worry, I am excellent at cheating. She'll never suspect a thing.
Okay.
I don't think it really matters. This all kind of feels like we're just filling time, you know? What, you don't want to win? To show our prowess in all avenues and accumulate respect? Wow, you would be hopeless without me. Count your lucky stars I'm here.
Alright.
You and the princess do indeed figure it out as you go. And what a game it is. The tension between turns, the triumphant highs of moves well placed, and the tragic lows of miscalculations and careless plays. The warmth of trust and the cool texture of deception. And then, the climax, as she places her final piece.
Oh, I think we got the rules wrong.
And so you start over. She only made us start over because we were winning. Time passes. You play the game. You win. Boom. And there you have it. What did I tell you? Am I great at games or am I great at games?
Okay, okay.
Oh, you won. I guess we can play again.
Time passes. You play the game. She wins.
Oh, I won. I guess we can play again.
There is a long pause, and the board does not reset.
This isn't fun anymore.
Hold on for 1 second.
Is it?
Was saying goodnight to Trace's mom. Anyway.
You don't need me to tell you that it isn't. Oh. The princess visibly panics as another torch sputters.
Wait. Maybe this is just too easy. Maybe if we added more rules and pieces, it would be fun again.
Yeah. The game's just a little simple. We can make it fun again. The shadow descends on the board once again. More pieces are added, their shapes more intricate, their purposes less immediately clear, and the two of you set about discovering the complexities of the game anew. And so you do. And it is fun again. In fact, it's almost as fun as the first time you played, and the sputtering torch roars back to life.
Alright.
But then you get used to the additions, and the feeling starts to fade. A creeping numbness settling in over the board. More pieces are added. The feelings flare. The feelings fade. The princess suggests new rules. A glimmer of what could have been excitement flits through your mind, quickly vanishing as the game progresses. Your pieces advance in an ever-increasing slog to their destination. Winning and losing become nothing but ends, and even the end becomes nothing as you roll over into a new game, the board resetting as many times as you can finish, till finally...
I'm out of ideas. I'm actually out of ideas this time. I don't think I can play anymore.
As the words leave the princess's mouth, another torch goes out. Again, the remaining flames burn brighter, and the shadow dances faster.
I'm happy. I promise. We're both so happy here. You don't have to be upset.
This is... awful.
That's the narrator saying that.
Isn't it great that we're all having such a lovely time together? We just have to stay positive and realize how happy we are. Then all of those lights will stay on and keep showing us all the cool stuff we have.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
This place isn't right. We have to put the rest of them out. We have to get rid of that shadow. All right. Are we actually happy here?
The princess starts to hyperventilate, her quick breaths punctuating the uncomfortable silence between you.
Yes! Why wouldn't I be? Let's not talk about it.
She's being defensive. And we all know being defensive is a sign of weakness.
You need to tell me the truth. You need to tell me how you really feel.
I don't feel anything.
The third torch sputters out. The princess's shadow dances furiously against the far wall.
There's just one left. What's going to happen when it goes out?
That's a good question. Whatever the shadow's been showing us isn't real. We need to see what happens when the lights go out.
We do, don't we?
Yes.
I'm not happy here. I don't think I ever was.
The princess sobs, burying her face in her hands as the final torch blows out.
Are you okay?
She raises her head, mascara trailing down her cheeks.
No, it feels like an important part of me is gone. But I'm still here. I don't know what to do with that. I don't know how I'm supposed to pick up the pieces.
The princess's eyes dart to the floor.
Well, we can't sit here forever. That part of us is over.
The princess pushes herself from her chair, and you instinctively do the same, waiting by the top of the stairs as she quietly crosses the room.
Do you still care about me?
Whatever we had between us wasn't real. This is real.
I don't know what this is.
It's us.
We can be us anywhere. And I think we're both done with being who this place makes us, so I guess it's time for us to leave.
Let's offer her my hand.
As the princess steps towards the stairs, you offer her your hand. The corners of her mouth curl into a demure smile, and she gently takes your hand in hers. She's cold, a little clammy, but her skin against yours is the most real thing you have ever felt. You're offering surprisingly little resistance. If we leave the cabin, doesn't that end the world?
I think the narrator is starting to see what his what the reality of just eternal bliss without death, without change is, huh?
He's right, you know. You're giving us some real mixed signals, boss. Yes, well,
Yeah.
I've seen my fairy tale ending, and I think there might be worse things than the end of the world. Well, this is less work for us anyways. Think what you will. I'm done fighting. You and the princess don't exchange words as you descend the stairs to the cabin's entrance. And then the two of you step out into the world. I think this is the end of me, even if it's not the end of you. I hope this was worth it. Genuinely, I do. He's really gone.
Narrator.
No boss anymore? No one left to tell us what to do? I guess we'll have to be our own boss then. About time.
The stars are so beautiful.
Quiet moment passes over you. Comfortable quiet.
We should dance.
Jimmy pulls you forward, and the two of you fall into a graceful step. The only rhythm that guides you is a shared thumping of your hearts, meeting in perfect unison. Your face, worn and tired, brightens the faster you move, A soft, sad smile widening and widening not only reflects only genuine affection. You send her out in a wild spin, and your arms stretch to their limits, holding the tenuous grasp of your hand in hers, holding you together. You share a gaze that feels like it lasts forever.
Thank you for taking me here. This is nice, even if it's a little cold outside.
Then she's gone.
And is that a mirror? What is that supposed to mean? You better watch your back. You can't get rid of me that easy.
We'll be fine. You've unraveled. Let's proceed back to the cabin.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. We're supposed to be there.
Yeah, I'm surprised
You know
too.
what we'll find out there?
How many more vessels do I need, actually?
One. Whatever
Okay,
you bring
okay.
next will be enough. And then gravity will pull the others back to me.
Okay. Wanted a dragon fight? What are your thoughts on this vessel?
This one is a songbird in a cage of gilded shadows. She will make for an honest heart. Do not mourn her. She has finally learned to sing for herself.
I'm ready to go back.
The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are. I will be here, waiting for you.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Hold on. Hold on for a second. Oh, okay, never mind. Never mind, it's something completely unrelated. It's related to Steam. That's all.
You're here.
Alright. Well, we're on our last
You make
path.
your way up the warning. She will lie. We're not going to go through with this, right?
Yeah. I'm not interested in hearing you two bicker again. Sorry. I want the dialogue and I want Jonathan Sims' performance as all the voices.
The air is stale and musty.
You know.
And the blade is your.
So, what do we do? What are some ones that we haven't done yet? Give me a second. I want to do like one last. I don't want to accidentally go into it, get sucked into like you know, a god, like into a one that we haven't done, or one we already did do. Rather. Let's see. The damsel, the adversary, the beast, the prisoner, the nightmare. We haven't done the tower. Okay. Like I said, I'm just gonna go through the steps in order to do it, just so we can get past chapter 1. And then we will, and then I'll just go with whatever way happens, you know? So we take the blade,
You take the blade.
enter the basement.
The door to the basement. Her voice.
Who's there?
She sound. Don't let it.
Continue down the stairs.
You're still listening to reason. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her. She's focus on the task at hand.
And there you are.
Right.
Are you here to kill me or something?
What? No way. Why would you even think that?
That giant knife you're holding kind of gives it away, doesn't it?
The blade. Of course she doesn't want to talk. Who'd want to have a conversation at knife point? We should drop it. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster. Killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Tighten the grip.
You ignore the trembling in your hands and tighten your grip on the blade.
You poor thing.
Okay.
Your hands are shaking. Are you scared of me? Because you should be.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now,
Later, princess. She's gonna fight back.
doubt, unfortunately, clouds your thoughts as you attempt to run her through. A moment of distraction and hesitation is all she needed to sidestep your thrust and deliver a catastrophic blow to your jaw. It feels like you've been hit with a sledgehammer. You can feel bone grinding on bone where your jaw has been fractured.
Ow.
Holy shit, that hurts! Though she's unarmed, the shock of that first strike is enough to stagger you, putting you and the princess on somewhat equal footing. Your blade slashes through the air again and again, and her fists connect with your body as many times or more, each impact as heavy as that first bone-crushing hit. We can still turn this around.
And we give up.
Are you serious? As internal bleeding sets in, the blade falls from your trembling hands, clattering to the ground uselessly. You lacked the will to finish the job, your bruised and broken body falling to its knees before her. The princess, exhausted, chest heaving with heavy breaths, tosses the blade away from you. This is the end, isn't it?
Is this really the best you could do? Look at you. Completely broken. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little disappointed.
She plants her foot
Oh,
on your
boy.
chest and pushes you onto your back, the air leaving your lungs in a heavy puff. And then she brings her knee to your throat. She leans into it with the kind of weight you didn't think her slight frame could possibly possess.
Yeah, I know.
shattering your
Oh my.
and leaving you starved for breath.
That's too bad. I was looking forward to some company.
Everything goes dark.
Then you die. Alright, chapter 2, The Tower. I'm not gonna follow any guide. I'm just gonna go through my gut
Path
in this last one.
And at the end of that path
Alright.
is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
This isn't like a pristine cut thing or anything. I'm just going through with a path that I didn't take in the original Slay the Princess stream. All those several months back.
You're here to slay her.
Let's do it.
If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Wait, hasn't this happened already?
It hasn't. Or if it has, I
He was
still
with us.
remember what happened, then maybe it's... You know I can hear you, right? What does it matter what he
Oh,
knows?
the broken.
There's nothing
Okay.
we can do to stop her. She's just going to kill us again.
That's
She's
kind of
not
defeat
going
us.
to kill you unless you let her. But slaying the princess and saving the world is going to be much more difficult than it has to be if you spend the whole time second-guessing yourself.
True. Let's proceed to the cabin.
A warning. She will lie. We might as well just pledge ourselves to her and stop pretending we're capable of doing anything in this situation. She probably doesn't even need to try to overpower us. Can we tone down the pessimism just a smidge? I'm not
Honestly.
being a pessimist. I'm just being realistic. You're being annoying. Just ignore their bickering, and whatever you do, don't pledge yourself to her. Cannot stress enough how absolutely catastrophic that would be for everyone, yourself included.
Exactly.
I agree. If she's wrongfully imprisoned, then we should rescue her, but If he's telling the truth, we shouldn't just hand her the world on a silver platter. Rescue her? Given the stakes of the situation, there isn't really a difference between rescuing her and pledging yourself to her either, so please try to ignore both of those knuckleheads and focus on saving the world. Let's not make this harder than it has to be.
All right.
If that's what you want, I guess I don't have a say here. The interior of the cabin
That is a
larger
huge
and more
fucking door.
grandiose than its humble exterior
Holy
would
shit.
suggest. The only furniture of note is a massive marble altar with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. Why do we feel so small? We don't feel small. We are small.
Let's take the blade.
You take the blade from the altar. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world.
And enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a spiral staircase. Its steps almost as deep as you are tall. The smell of incense drifts up from below. For a moment, you almost feel at ease. This is actually kind of nice. It's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her booming voice rolls up the stairs.
Is that a guest I hear? Don't linger on the stairs. Come down and witness me.
You weren't kidding when you
Oh
said
boy.
it was booming. She wasn't like this last time. We need to get down there. She wants us to see her. We need to see her. Should we be worried about your sudden change in attitude? Just a few minutes ago, you were going on about how pointless everything was. Now you want to go down there.
Good point.
It doesn't matter what that little voice says. He's not the one making the decisions. Though if his ramblings get you to the princess, they get you to the princess. Making your way down the spiral staircase is a time-consuming and exhausting effort, every step requiring you to clamber over one edge before dropping to the next. But soon the
Yeah,
end comes into view.
I feel
You
that
tumble
too.
to the bottom, entering the vast, temple-like room beyond. The princess
Oh,
stands
jeez.
almost glowing in the weak starlight, her figure framed by a stained glass window. Her long hair billows around her, and a chain binds her wrist to the far wall. The chain is nothing to her. It might as well be a toy for all the good it would do. I told you it was pointless to resist her.
The little bird has returned to me. I wonder what he wants. You've brought that knife again, even though you know it's useless. Such charming audacity. Drop it.
I'm gonna save here. But I'm gonna say we're sighting. Oh,
The blade slips from your grasp. It clatters.
never
useless
mind.
to the floor. But we didn't drop it. We decided to grip it tighter, remember? Are you really just going to let that happen to us? I have a duty to report facts as facts, and the fact is that you dropped the blade.
That was not what I picked, narrator.
Of course we dropped it. She's so much more than us. You wouldn't understand what it feels like to be in her presence.
I think she's controlling us.
Oh, I understand what's going on, and you'd better snap yourself out of it.
Kneel. Oh, are you still trying to defy me? I said kneel.
Your legs buckle,
Oh.
and your knees hit the floor.
That's my good little bird. Now, why don't we talk? The last time we met, you tried to kill me. And here you are again, trying to succeed where you've already catastrophically failed. What draws you back here beyond the empty halls of death? Speak.
The last time we met? I suppose that lends credence to our conversation in the woods. Still, whatever you do, don't tell her why you're here. It's best not to give her any ideas.
I don't know. That sounds very funny, actually. That's a good red idea.
You weak-willed buffoon.
Is that so?
The princess closes her eyes in contemplation.
I like that idea. Let's give her that idea. Let's see what happens.
Something about that thought wraps itself around my heart. It feels like a fundamental truth to my being that I'd somehow forgotten. The collapse of the old is a necessary prelude to the birth of the new. And the world as it is now is overdue for alterations. It's time for me to seize my destiny. And you, little bird, will help me seize it.
She's inevitable. There's nothing else for us to do but help her. Maybe she'll be nice to us.
What happened to you after I died?
Know the limits of your privilege, little bird. There is an empty place at my side for you to fill, if you'll have it. But it is not a place for an equal. It is a place for something worthy to be kept.
Hey, friendly predator missile. I'm doing fine.
Perhaps. Or a pet.
How are you doing? I'm on the last vessel to collect, rather, before the final encounter with the shifting mounds. So, and decided to do the tower for the first time, going in completely blind to it. Wood, of course. And the world doesn't mean you actually have to do it. You can do whatever you want to be.
This isn't about desire. This is about what I am. And I have little interest in discussing destiny with one that cannot see the divine truth that shines in my heart.
My point proven, yeah. What would you have me do, even?
All you have to do is break these chains and set me free.
Do we do it, chat? Do we do it? Wait a minute, my case study? I don't know. Are you on a scale of 1 to 10? How do you think of this princess? See, part of me wants to help her end the world because I think it would be funny. It has nothing to do with my attraction to the tower specifically or anything. I just like the idea of this princess just being just like this version of the princess just being just unapologetically evil. Compared to the other ones. And I like that. And I like the idea of just making her evil. Especially since we just no judgment, just amused. Yeah, exactly. No one's judging anyone here, don't worry. Except for me. Everyone judges me harshly. Alright. We do it. We pledge ourselves to her. Let's do it.
Your will was so easily broken. Am I that magnificent?
I want to see what happens.
All you need to do now is break my chains.
If this is what you want, then I guess there's not much else for me to say.
That's fair.
No, you can't just give in to her. Not when the stakes are so high. Not when you're so close. I won't let you do this.
See, it's awkward for me because I've known Nicole Goodnight like before the game came out. We weren't particularly close or anything, but like she's part of the same stream team that I'm part of. So it's always awkward for me playing this game for that reason. Alright.
There's still something in the way. A greasy film inside of you where it doesn't belong. Trying to conceal you from me.
It feels weird saying would. Yeah, exactly.
Is that a person? No. It used to be a person. It's something different now. An echo.
Is she talking about you? That's impossible. She's not supposed to be able to interact with me.
You're a small one, aren't you?
Oh boy. Yeah, the war dump is that we were part of the same stream team. When the original demo for this game came out a few days before, she said that she was doing some voice acting in it. And she allowed us to have a little bit of an early access to playing it. I didn't take it immediately because I was busy with other things. But when I did finally play it, like, I loved the game, even outside of her specific involvement. And sometimes, you know, like, sometimes we show up to each other's streams.
A shriveling little worm stretched beyond its limits, trying to control things that it can't understand.
No. What are you talking about? I'm just...
I don't care what you are. You're mine.
That's a great scream.
Rise, my little bird.
Goodbye, narrator. I think he's just...
Hesitation, you're brought to your feet.
Oh. Just one guy doing voices, yeah. And then the other percent is he is the other person doing voices.
Break my chains.
And how are we supposed to do that? All we have is a blade. All you need to do is believe it's been done.
All right. Let's do it.
Her chains shatter, and the cuff falls from her wrist.
Rest.
She is loose, and the end is upon us.
What a good disciple you are. Come, it's time for us to leave.
Oh, she's going to be taken. What happens now?
Nothing. And then everything.
All right. Yeah, she's already taken. Yeah, like both Jonathan Sims and Nicole have very, very good range. Yes. Yeah, Nicole, good night. Yep.
She's gone. Where did she go? And is that a mirror? Why is it here? Why now?
We've been here
It
before.
feels so bad. Like looking into it right now. I don't want to look at us.
It's not the end of ever, so the other side is going to be nice.
Okay. If you say so. We'll trust you. A mercy.
If he had all the voices at once, or he did all the lines for a single voice alone, that's a good question. It's you. You are nothing at all. Hello, narrator. What's up?
I think you know what I am.
Yeah, we've already did like pretty much all this. So let's just break it. For that thing that was in the mirror. Oh, I got an achievement for just breaking the mirror without asking questions. You already know what you are. You are the long quiet, the fasted, the sets in God, and it's finally time for you to wake up. Oh, this is you. Proceed to the cabin one last time. When you arrive at the heart of things, there is no final vessel for you to bear witness to. There's nothing for you to find.
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me. It's been so long.
I miss you too. She unfurls an endless cascade of smiles in response and then patiently waits for you to continue. What happens now?
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it? When the echo spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
Can we really just leave and you have a say on this? I'm gonna save here. I didn't exhaust the options with this before. So I'm just gonna pick a few options here. Yeah, let's just leave. I don't know
Nothing brings
where to
me
go.
greater joy than to hear those words. The final peace lies with you.
Free yourself. Fall into yourself. The body of an ancient creature stirs from its hibernation. You feel sensation of whims you once couldn't fathom. Everything here except for her is you. You feel your wings spanning a cosmic scale, twisted and crumpled and bound in agonized tension to a finite plane. You can feel the glass of your cage pressing in on you, confining you across infinite sides and infinite angles. You push back and strain against it, but it does not yield.
I love you.
All at once, the unyielding tension breaks. You're free and she is with you.
It's magnificent.
There are no words, no thoughts to describe absolute reality. Something that simply is. What happens now?
Everything. Just like it always has been. And just like it always will be.
Step into the infinite. Oh, that's weird seeing animation. You and she step forward into 1,000 dawns and 1,000 sunsets, each of which contains 1,000 more. You exist and you are aware, just as you have always been, and just as you always will be. The conflict is in your nature. The two of you will never be alone. The two of you will never know fear. You and she are finally home. Also, one other thing, yeah, the music by Brandon Boone here, like, throughout the entire game is great. Just one other thing to note, in addition to, like, all the other, in addition to, like, the voice acting and the, you know, the sound designs, the music itself is also great. Yeah. Track order for a special pose. Oh yeah, that's true. First we're gonna load back to the shifting mound and we're gonna have the boss fight. It's down to be either destroying you or letting you out. I won't.
If you're saying that, it's because you don't yet understand. But we cannot use words alone to grasp at things that words cannot express. And you cannot rationalize with logic that which defies it. Violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you, then so be it.
Besides, I always love the quote-unquote boss fight.
You are nothing, a black hole of self-loathing fed by the matter of your restless thoughts. A dog blind to its leash. But there is no light without the dark. When I proclaimed my godhood and offered you a place at my side, you
She's back.
became the instrument of my new creation. Only with both of us is there a future to look towards. It is hope that carves meaning into being.
Dress statement, this vessel statement directly. We're consumed by your own ego.
And through your lack of one, you too were consumed. Yet together, we were able to create something beautiful.
Then it's
Picture of a life, and a picture of a life, and a picture of a life. How deep must repetition still our movements, until even the air we breathe is stale? You doused the flames of false devotion, and in my despair, you lifted my chin, and the two of us danced beneath the stars. But the stars can't be seen unless the flames go out, and the walls come crashing down. Can you not do for all things what you did for us?
I still love this sequence a lot. I was so glad to dance with you.
And dance with me again, and we'll never have to stop. To question everything is to deny the truth in front of you. To live alone within the caverns of your mind is to trap yourself in them forever. But you found me, and we chose to trust each other for no reason than the sake of believing in something that wasn't us. Shared skepticism blossomed into freedom, but we needed to walk a path together to bloom. Would you stop our journey now that you've seen its beginning? What of those in the worlds beyond? Would you erase their paths to stop them from going astray?
I don't want to keep anyone still.
Nor should you, nor should I. Our purpose is to be and to experience, and their purpose is the same.
Next vessel.
Once was one, then was two, and then was one again. You gave me shelter when you burned mine down, and then you struck another match. I pulled you from the ruins, and then we built a life. What once was one, then was one again. The peace didn't last. The worm in your heart came for us. It took you from me, but you took me with you. And together we both left. What once was one, then was two, and also one again.
A lot
You
of.
and I are bound together. To rid yourself of me would be to leave yourself forever incomplete.
I wish I could live with you like we did then.
Then leave with me.
Not until you see things from my perspective.
Need more time to open your eyes. Then I will give you all the time in the world. Is a vine, and some thoughts nurture thorns that bleed the soul, and endless growth that blots your vision and strangles your trust. When I succumbed to myself, you patiently stood by me and cut the thistles that rooted in my skin. Your compassion is what freed us both, but compassion is a thing that must be nurtured, and you cannot nurture that which cannot change.
Little work hands, it's about you.
Have you? Or is what you think of as independence merely an illusion? Without me, you can have no contrast, and without contrast, you have no shape.
The glass between you and base, it begin to shake, your will rapidly dissolving.
Nothing is immutable. Everything
perspective. If you keep this missing mind, I think you can change. Think you can change me, then I must be able to change you.
What I offer you is not perspective. It is truth.
Whatever you're trying to do right now, you don't have to do it alone.
Thank you, hero. Which hero are you?
All of them? I assume in the same way that you're all of you.
You have no idea how good it is to hear you again.
After all the times you told me that mirror was going to kill me, I'm genuinely surprised you missed me. Don't have to get into all that. I'm here now. That's what matters. She's too many things all at once out here. If you want to get through to her, you need some way to get through all of that divine confidence. There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began. I can take you there. I can take you to her heart.
Let's do it.
It's time to resume our dance.
She's relentless, isn't she? Let's make this quick. Are you ready?
Yes. I'm ready.
Then let's go.
The construct.
And here we are. I'd say
I'm gonna save it here just in case we want to try everything. Oh, this is a little after that, isn't it?
do you really need to describe things?
That would be great, hero. For old time's
Yeah.
sake.
Of course. The interior of the cabin is, well, it's a cabin, yeah?
This
There
is
isn't much here, just a table and a knife and a door. And some windows. There's no mirror, either. I think you broke it.
yeah, I kind of did.
And I know you're still trying to find some middle ground, but if things go south, we're going to need that blade.
It's just you and me. Did anyone else make it to the cabin?
It's just us. I think the rest of them are still out there, jumbled up in the rest of her.
Let's not take the blade.
No
Go
blade
find
it is. I'm not sure what we'll be able to do without it, but your judgment has gotten us this far.
Yeah, you can trust me. You can trust me.
The stairs. Do you remember the first time we were here? The first time we heard her voice?
I do.
I don't know what you want for us.
She sounded just like that. Timid and gentle. Only she didn't know us. And down we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting.
That's why I'm not going to take the knife, because I didn't take the knife in the first playthrough
There
here.
you are. You look just like you did when we first met. Let's talk for a bit. Maybe we can figure this out.
Sure. Sorry for all the times I've hurt you.
No, I'm sorry too. We've done a lot to each other. Like, a lot. But I still like you. And hopefully you still like me.
Yeah.
We both let things get a little out of hand. But we don't have to let that stop us from being who we want to be.
Exactly.
You know, when she puts it like that,
It's good to finally see you again.
Yeah, I missed you so much. Not that we've ever really been apart, but still. It feels like it's been so long. Like this is some sort of a big reunion.
In a way. Same as you were out there.
I am she as much as she is me. And all of us are both everything and also not everything. I had you there for a second, didn't I? I think I'm different from her, and I'm happy I'm different. I think being her would mean I'd lose a lot of myself along the way. I think I'd have to lose the parts of you that matter to me.
Let's see. What if we just leave?
Can we actually do that? What would that even mean? Where would we go?
I always wanted to leave with you, but I didn't like being a god. I want to walk through that cabin door as we are, just you and me.
I want that too.
I think I'm gonna stay right here. Whatever you're doing right now, wherever you're going, it feels like it's for just the two of you.
Going to be okay, Emma?
Yeah, I'm not sure I'll be alone for too long anyways. The others are still around here somewhere. I'll find them.
Yeah, you got him. Find them to keep yourself company. You lead and the princess follows, and together you leave the basement for the last time. It's quiet as you and a comfortable silence filling in space that used to be flooded with violence and words and noisy thoughts. There was an energy in the silence, the electricity, the anticipation of the unknown. At the top of the stairs, the princess stalls, eyes fixed on the cabin door. You can see tension seize her. She's unsure of herself for the first time in her long and short existence. She has no part to play anymore, and she knows this, and she still is. And then she crosses the room to the door outside. You follow her confident footsteps.
Come on, princess. It's just a door. Sorry, I'm just a little nervous. This is really it. Whatever happens next will be completely new.
Who's going to open it?
Both of us, right?
I know saying I love you would be ultimate shape. I feel like that line just felt better to me. You know? That's all. This is still such a great game, honestly. It really is. That's why I didn't mind replaying it a little bit again. You're heading upstairs? Alright. Chat, say goodnight to Trixity. He's going upstairs. And hey, you have a good night too. Not gonna fist bump me? No? Okay, fine, fine. Later then. Later. Later. Yeah, what a lovely game though. You know? I think I might call it here for the evening. That's because I'm getting a little tired myself. Yeah, if anyone here wants to watch the first parts of me playing this game, the playlist or the original stream for that is somewhere, as well as me playing the original demo and such. That was one of the Steam Next Fest streams, I believe. But for now, I'm going to call it that. It's been a nice time with everybody. I'm going to try to stream a little bit more often. I know it's been a while since I properly streamed. I haven't been feeling the greatest for the past couple of weeks. I'm looking to do more again. Thank you everybody for stopping by, and I hope you all have a wonderful evening. But of course, I'm going to see if there is anybody online to raid. Whether it's a friend or someone playing the demo desk. anybody, you know? Some people playing a demo desk. Seems like to be quite a few of the smaller streamers, which is pretty good. Let's see. Oh, it's like this person is going to be starting at they're starting to get delve into the deeper parts of no players online, so let's go ahead and get them to raid. The other person is playing the Lacerator, which is a good game. But I do think it might just be maybe a little too tonally out there. But No Players Online is very, has a similar of like meta narrative that this one kind of has. Not really. Either way, I think it'll be a fine place to send you all. And I hope everybody has a good night. Take care.